I am your keeper today, the tabletop operator himself, Ardent. For our newer listeners, Call of Cthulhu is the classic horror TTRPG, with the players as investigators in pulp adventures to investigate mysteries, always with a slight tinge of existential cosmic horror. This particular game is set in the world of Sunless Skies by Failbetter Games, a gothic horror world from the Fallen London franchise where Britain reigns supreme in a fictional, space-like world called the High Wilderness. Stay tuned for tea, crumpets, and possibly sacrifices of human flesh. Let's get started. Does anyone want to recap the last session?
Many things happened.
Give me a few of them.
I remember the last half and not the first half.
Okay, well,
we went
hit us with that.
to
Well, the
that
first
garden.
half entailed going deeper into the fungus forest, and then,
Hamish making some
sort
questionable
of
decisions.
being very off-put by seeing many things. Hamish was tempted by a voice in his head because he noticed that many of these colonists were former work-worlders who suffered under the boot of London, and he felt like he owed it to them to at least confirm their final fate, which drove a rift between him and Joseph. And they argued, and Joseph stormed off. And
being shot with a shotgun.
yeah. Joseph took some honey, some funny honey. It was a funny little substance that he happened to ingest without thinking, and this did unthinkable things to his
It
mind.
was not, in fact, honey.
It wasn't honey. Meanwhile, Hamish and Jonah and Oliver set out to figure out what the source of this rot
And
was.
Walter.
Yes, and Walter. And Aja.
Oh, yeah, he
Aja was
fucking
there
did.
too.
Walter's
Aja
dead.
Of
fainted.
course.
But when we went there, the fort, it was like this fort that was overrun by the Amungai, and the bodies rose to strike against us. And it did not go too well, considering the fact that there was many bodies. In the process, several members of the party were knocked unconscious. I'm pretty sure.
And also murdered.
Yeah, few were murdered. And then Jonah decided to honorably carry off his captain while leaving Aja behind. Definitely not for racism reasons. But then we got our little Chekhov's shake. The honey had driven him mad, quite mad, and he saw us as old gang members that were after his throat. And in a tragic twist, he shot his own unconscious captain, leaving him to die in the burning forests of Hybris. So everyone.
I like how Leo was just like, I was like, oh yeah, what happened to Hamish's body? And Leo was like, well, presumably he fucking died in the fires.
Burned, yeah.
Well, not died, he already died, but burned, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a little missing detail there, which is that Jonah used Hamish as a meat shield.
Yeah.
Pretty epic moment.
Honor. We have some honor here.
Of course.
You could even call. I think we should change this campaign's name to For Honor. Because there's a lot of honor. Yeah. What?
Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool name. For Honor.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. Let's do that. Watch the copyright strike come in. Sorry, Aja, you were like trying to add something at one point, I think?
No. They got it all.
Oh yeah,
Good.
sorry.
They better have. All right. So then, let's go ahead and pick it up from where we left off. Sorry, give me just a hot minute here.
You're stupid. I hate you.
Well,
here it is. Golden lights dance in the distance, bright and brief as dandelion seeds passing through a sunbeam. Here the reach's verdance runs rampant. You see knotted vines and lurid fungus, and orange flowers bright as polished trumpets. How deep the greens, how cold the stars, how wild the reach has run with no sun to govern it. Yet, Leadbeater and Stainrod, thankfully, is exactly where you need to be right now. And mercifully so after your previous endeavors. Stepping into the concrete loading bay, you note that the reserve is as lively as ever, despite your crew being markedly more dour than the previous time, which is certainly a remarkable step. It appears that shipments of verdant encouragement and Apollonian cinders are being sent out as you speak. And in fact, you can see your drinking mate of a sky captain loading up his Bedivere-class courier, named the Hardnose. A few vendors have taken this advantage to sell skyfaring sailors various final treats and books before they depart, all Ministry of Public Decency approved, of course. Though Hamish, you note one sailor clutching the Song of the Sky to his chest protectively. In the meantime, you note that the... No, I said Hamish. Sorry. Sorry, no, Hamish. Yeah, sorry. Wrong person. Yeah, Hayes.
Pretty sure that dude's dead.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, Hamish is dead. Hayes is not.
Is the Song of the Sky a storybook or something?
Yeah, it's a memoir. I'm pretty sure I messaged it to you back when we were making your backstory, but maybe you've forgotten. That's fine. But yeah, it's a canon memoir. Or not canon, but it's what you as the player can create as one of the ambitions, and it has already been created. So yeah, so you kind of recognize it. So what's you guys' first course of action disembarking from your skyship? Currently, it's I guess 2 characters. You have Aja and Hayes, and other than that, that's kind of it.
We also have the crew members. Was anyone picking up one of the crew members or something? Or
no, it does not appear so.
Interesting.
Wait, right, so who died? So Hamish died.
Yeah, Hamish is dead.
And Willow.
Shay is not dead, but he's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hamish and Willow are the ones who died.
Oh yeah, Willow. Yeah.
We'll say that Shay kind of huffs off. You and the crew and him have been kind of arguing throughout the last week of travel, and he has. You've come to the agreement that it's perhaps best that he takes a well-deserved break, both for his own well-being as well as for the crew's sort of mental state.
We hate him.
Yes, people did not seem to the other crewmates did not seem to appreciate Hamish being shot with a shotgun. Although you all are a little more aware that he was in a very unhinged state of mind when that happened. But either way, they're not happy about it. So, Aja, you're the captain now. Hayes, you're I guess the second in command as far as that goes.
I am the captain now.
I guess I'll just turn to him and go, look, I don't like this any more than you do. Let's get this done. It's over with.
Yup, very well. I guess I guess we're just gonna go find the people who are supposed to pay us. We have samples.
Do you?
Don't we? Did we? I guess Willow had all the samples.
Willow had some samples.
Yeah. But you do have information, at least. It occurs to you as you sit there that maybe burning down the entire forest without the samples was a bit of a misplay, but you hope that they may still pay you somehow.
We've got quite the story.
Indeed.
All right, whatever. Let's go.
Okay, so wait, I just realized I haven't had any of the ambience play. So you all step out and you're heading over to the researcher, I assume, then?
Yep. The people who gave us the good tea. I remember that.
Yep. So as you both head out, and what are you gonna plan for the crew to do? Are you just gonna let them kind of go out, take some R&R for a little while?
I guess they don't
Yeah,
have anything else to
that
do.
seems reasonable.
Okay. Maybe a few of them will stay back in the ship and like maintain it or something. But yeah. So you all head out then, and as you're leaving, and stepping away from the ship, kind of pushing through the crowds of sailors who are heading out currently on their various shipments, shipping runs. You notice a man start to push past through the crowd. It's a pretty young man, with rather chiseled features, somewhat darker skin, um, and a rather thin but wiry look about him. And he kind of quickly flows through the crowd, pushing past people, and steps over to you, and asks if you're captain of it. Sorry, and asks if you're the captain of the skyship over there.
Is he pointing towards our skyship? What's our skyship's name, by the way?
John Paul Jones.
Yep. There you go.
You must be the captain of the pulls out
John
a crumpled
Paul
piece of paper.
Jones.
The John Paul
Yes.
Jones.
Paul
I'm-
Jones.
Captain Odja? Wait, what's my last name? I forget my last name.
Aja Yule.
Oh, yeah. I'm Captain Yule.
Hayes kind of scowls at the referenced him as captain.
Well, news has come that there has been a large incident, let us say, down in Hybris that your crew partook in, and the information office wants to have some sort of idea of who was responsible for this. So,
Responsible for...
on behalf of the ministry, I will be joining you for the time being.
Do you have papers? Proof?
Yeah, of course.
Show them.
And I will hand over some papers.
Yeah, so he
Tim.
pulls out a ID, as well as some citizenry papers. He looks something like this. I know you may not be able to see his character illustration otherwise, but yeah. So he pulls them out and shows you them. Is there any particular way you'd like to scrutinize them, or you don't want to piss off an official?
I'll take a glance over them. They seem real enough.
I've got the seal.
Yeah, you could roll. I guess. What are you trying to do here? Like,
Just a cursory look, really.
okay. Yeah. Well, I guess roll like. I don't think it matters much because.
Probably
know.
appraise, right?
But yeah, probably
Or
just
no.
appraise. Just roll appraise. I think.
Huh.
I feel like there's probably supposed to be a specific skill that I can't think of here, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, you don't know the first thing really about customs papers, but I mean, it seems real enough. But whatever. I guess
maybe
Aji
law.
might have some semblance. Yeah, it could be law, but I think that's even lower because I'm pretty sure that goes
Very-
1%.
Very well then, Oliver Keane. But I'm the captain. You may be unofficial, but when you are with us, you are crew. Yes?
I'm not asking to run your ship. I just want a glimpse into what happened in Hybris and the people who were there when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's someone else to talk to in the walkover.
Yep. So, I guess this random dude's joined us. We are
Yes.
going to not get paid.
The official slides into step next to you with moving with great dexterity as he kind of walks over the cobbled pathways of Leadbeater and Stainrod. You all hitch one of the cable cars, passing down amidst the canopy of green above you and the carpet of green below you. It's really quite colorful and quite refreshing for compared to your time in Hybris, which was colorful in a different sort of way. But having actual, natural nature here is much more reassuring. Is there anything you would like to discuss on your way there? I don't know why I'm stuttering so much.
I have heard that a different part of the ministry has sent you on this mission. Is that would that be correct?
Was it part of the ministry, or was it?
Yeah,
they were
well,
just
the lady
scientists?
wasn't, but the dude was. The dude with the eye.
Yes, correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I had to check out the settlement.
And I take it you're on your way to meet back with whoever it was that sent you.
Yes, them and scientists.
Okay. Well, doesn't look like any of your scientific samples are preserved after that incident, but
Yes, we were not able to gather anything, but
That load of good all that did us.
Yes. Well, the
Yeah.
world works in mysterious ways. Who knows? I'm kidding. But yes. So your cable car goes to a stop, somewhat further away from the main reserve in the same kind of outskirts, overlooking the swamp as you'd been before. So once again, you reach the study of mycologist Burroughs. So her cabin is away from most of the main laboratories on a little hillock overlooking the swamps of the reserve with a fungal greenhouse to its left. The panes upon it shine iridescent, both from the reflecting starlight as well as the various glass-bound fungal excrescences in the greenhouse. Outside of the office, you can see two men standing and conversing, and within you hear quite a bit of shouting. In fact, you surmise that the men outside are trying to avoid whatever's happening there. It's Asher Davenport as well as another man. I'll give you a quick description. Yeah. So where is it? Here it is. The man that he's standing next to has a face crisscrossed with bruises and battle scars and a nose crooked in 3 different ways. Instead of an eye patch, he has a leather cover bound to the entirety of his right eye, covering eye socket all the way down to cheekbone. There's no straps. It's strange that it manages to even hold in place, but there is a faint trickle of something coming from it that you don't really want to question. His coat makes a much more interesting staring piece, as you figure he will take umbrage to such attention at his likely disfigurement, judging by his husky sort of gaze. It is another piece in and of itself, a tattered officer's coat damaged from the cold. Curiously, it is adorned with tackety metals. The nameplate upon it is scratched out. Neither of the two men seem to notice you as you approach.
what are they arguing about?
The men aren't arguing about anything. It's coming from inside that people are arguing.
Can I roll listen on that?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Where would that be?
Somewhere on your character sheet. Unfortunately, I'm not super versed. Okay. Anyone else want to roll listen?
I will too.
Okay. I'm feeling a little nosy today, huh?
I will as well, considering everyone is just randomly choosing to.
So, there we go.
I mean, it's like a thing that
Yeah, I know. It's not so random. Where is listed on
almost
my
a
character
fumble.
sheet?
I don't know how that would fumble there, but since you have a 50, you're okay. So Aja, Jonah, you guys both fail, but pardon me. Oliver, you managed to catch a snippet of what the conversation is generally about. The voice inside seems to mainly be one person shouting at another, and you can't really make out any of the words that the other voice is saying through the thick oaken doors. But you generally get the idea, despite the soundproofing and the muffling, that it is some female researcher of some kind who is calling this other researcher a complete joke in a very angry tone, and seems to be slandering and discrediting this other researcher's work. Although what the nature of that work is, you can't currently make out, but if you'd like to continue listening, you can.
Okay. I won't be impolite. Well, I guess
Yeah.
we're approaching these two figures.
Yeah, so Davenport notices you as you approach now, finally, assuming you aren't trying to be like surreptitious for whatever reason.
I don't know.
And he turns to you and nods. Excellent. You're back.
Yeah, excellent.
Yes, we are
He
back.
raises his eyebrow, which you're pretty sure is an eyebrow raise and not just both eyebrows raising. He seems to be curious. What brings about your dour mood?
Oh, sorry, I did not understand that. What?
That's fine. What brings about your dour mood?
How about Countess?
The
Sorry?
the
Count
Is it-
us.
I'm sorry. I feel like I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
How about Countess?
Count us. Oh, sorry. I didn't get that. Okay, I guess I did hear it right. I just didn't understand it. He nods his head, and there's kind of like this calm understanding. Death in the skies is nothing foreign to most people.
Oh,
Uh,
really sorry. I have to help some people bring some stuff up. I'll be like right back.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
He kind of looks at his colleague, who just kind of gives him sort of a glower, and then glowers back at you, and you hear him mutter something in a really low voice. Davenport kind of like waves his hand like, come on now. Would you prefer to tell it outside, or would you... He kind of looks towards the shouting coming from the office.
yes. Why don't we find some privacy?
Wait until they're finished.
Oh, fair.
Well, I suppose that this is as private as anywhere else. I
Yeah.
don't think that they'll be prying somehow. And he kind of gives a thin smile. He motions with his hand like, go on.
We go.
Well, he's asking you to tell the story, unless you really want to
Oh,
go
Yeah.
inside.
So, pulled up to the island, got off the boat, train, ignore me. First thing we saw was the station master. Something wrong with her. Never did figure that out. But we moved into the village and found this fungus everywhere. Some kind of purple something. It's totally empty.
smelled like honey.
Then we, after meeting for a moment, moved into the woods, and after some wandering, we found a corpse. It was rotted out with mold and the purple stuff we had found earlier.
He nods his head.
Upon moving further inward, we exited the wood into this massive clearing. This huge pile of fungal matter, and emerging from it was a gigantic purple gooey creature. The two of us that are missing, one of us is back at the train. Well, they fought it off. Well, we lit the place on fire. We figured that it's more important to destroy it than get samples. They died. We ran, and we're back here. And should I make a fast talk check?
Yes. About midway through that story, I was like, wait a minute. That's not what happened.
I
Yeah,
did.
go ahead and
Oh, I did.
I just kind of frowning,
Did
but
foreshadow
like
it.
gonna go with it. Like, is this man just a pathological liar?
I did convince him that there were mushroom monsters in the woods last time.
Yes, you did.
So
That is accurate. It's foreshadowing. Okay, you want to
let
roll
me-
fast talk?
yeah.
Oh,
The Among
no.
Us, the Among Us in my way.
That's so sad.
Damn it.
I just have Asher's face staring at me.
Here we go. Sorry, I'm having issues with the UI here. Crap.
Struggles.
Yes. And
Tragedy.
damn it, fast talk. There you are.
Okay.
Okay, good.
He nods somewhat, but you can tell somehow that he doesn't believe you even despite your hard success. You're not sure why, but there's kind of like this doubt in his eyes, like,
Do I kind of recognize this doubt a bit, maybe?
You notice like the expression. I mean, it's a somewhat obvious expression, but you're not sure what the source of the doubt is. If you really wanted to figure that out, you have to roll like psychology or something. But yeah, he's clearly not trying to hide that he doubts you.
There
but yeah.
Perhaps I can shore up this story with a bit of truth. There was also we found the I just lost the voice for a second. There was we found the bodies of the rest of the colonists. The whole town was empty, and we found them around a massive mushroom. It's sort of it kind of like size called to us, we got out of there fast after that.
Well, yeah, I mean
Was
that's how the other
not-
two died. That's
Yeah.
they got surrounded. They were fighting the big thing.
not
Couldn't exactly
not
stay to
natural.
get samples.
So, yeah. Wow, this sounds so suspicious.
So Asher kind of nods his head, and there's after you give him a little bit more of the truth, there's kind of there's a certain calmness to his gaze as he listens to your tale, which is kind of both out of place given the terror of it, yet is also strangely reassuring. It's a strange calmness. It's the calmness of an emptiness, sort of a void which you are not sure what he has seen or what he has not seen, yet very much eschews naivety. And
I
he
like that prose.
looks
Yes.
at his compatriot and says, "I think that this will take somewhat longer. It may be wise for you to be on your business." To which his compatriot, still glowering, kind of gives him a nod. Fair enough. Not like I wanted to talk to these people anyway. He kind of looks at all of you guys. Skyfarers?
Yeah.
Yep,
Sailors?
indeed.
Yep.
Some of yous. And the pretty boy?
I
Looks at
don't know
Oliver.
anything about him.
Don't know.
Just found
He's
him.
just following us.
IDK.
From a different part of the ministry than you, I take it.
Davenport kind of furrows his brow. The other guy doesn't seem to react, but a ministry man?
Yes.
Apparently,
From the
he
information
joined
office.
us.
They don't
As
want
we were
to,
walking over
well,
to here.
Interesting.
they have some interest in the events over at Hybris.
Nods his head. Well, this operation is top secret. I'm afraid that I will need some kind of verification.
I'll
I
hand
don't know.
over an ID.
Thank you. His expression when he's dealing with Oliver is somewhat different from his normal kind of thin smile, sort of general calmness, and he kind of is like a little more on edge.
Man, these guys are sketch.
It is in my best interest, too, I'll have you know that this stays, well, out of the public eye.
He nods at your verification and seems satisfied, and he hands it back. I probably should roll these dice secretly, but whatever. That's fine. But he nods and he hands you back the verification. Seems to be pretty satisfied that you are indeed a real ministry person.
I'm surprised.
And his compatriot, you hear kind of start walking away as soon as Davenport seems not sketched out anymore. And you kind of hear the jingling of his tackety metals of his coat, on his coat, as well as the clacking of the nameplate and hard steps of his boots. Either way, Asher kind of looks towards the door, and you hear some more shouting, and it seems to have intensified quite a bit. In fact, now you can make out somewhat more. If you'd like to roll listen to see how much more, if I could have each of you guys.
Oh, I'm really good at listen.
Roll listen again.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all really good at listen here.
And Keen, you can make it with a bonus dice because you already heard part of the conversation, so you can make out what's happening a little bit easier. Okay. All right. So then the only words that you hear are amidst the loud, muffled shouting. Most of the frequencies are kind of dispersed, but one of the higher pitch shouts comes through, and you hear, "Or I'll sick the ministry on you!" And Asher's kind of like, "Excuse me," when he hears that, and kind of pauses. He looks at Keen and kind of gives you like this eyebrow raise, like, "Are you somehow involved with this?"
Keen will shrug and then laugh under his breath at the absurdity of it, I guess.
Davenport, you kind of see like you see this expression cross his face, which is kind of like a "here we go again" sort of expression. You're not sure why, but either way, he turns back around, and then you see him kind of like also get taken aback for another second, and says, "And you are?" looking behind you guys. And you turn, presumably, unless you don't want to know who this person behind you is.
I would like to know.
Yet another character who appears to be a man wrapped in bandages, who looks oddly familiar in shape. He's clearly walking with some pain, but Davenport kind of has this sort of knowing smile on his face as he turns around. Mysterious man, if you would.
So the mysterious man sputters and coughs, and you can see like from the door behind him, he's trailing a bunch of like, thanks, Mom. He's trailing a bunch of burnt bandages, and he looks at you with an odd glint in his eye, like this wild, strange gaze, and they widen in recognition. And his voice almost seems barely above a whisper. It's a definite rasp. And you realize when he opens his mouth, though the voice is very coarse and different, you recognize it. You stand before a dead man walking. You stand before Abraham Hamish.
What?
My crew
no.
still stands.
Captain?
It's good. It's good. he like kind of shambles over to you and pats you on the back. Adja, good lad. I'm sure the John Paul Jones was in good hands during my unfortunate absence.
Of
I
course,
trust.
sir.
Hayes is terrified.
How
Hayes,
how are you?
I believe. Yes, Adja.
How are you
He turns to you.
alive?
An act of divine providence. It may be God, or devils, or a bit of both. But I stand. I awoke to a strange sensation. A pleasant warmth, then a searing, burning pain. But the fire that burned within me kept me going. So I staggered forth to the station and waited there, in a bit of agony. You know how it is. Until the strangest freighter reached down from the heavens to scoop me up. I met the oddest characters, and a ship that moved faster than any of you could have ever believed. But I still stand. It must be awkward. I put all that effort into my last will and testament, all for naught. It seems fate had other things planned. But regardless, I still stand. Your captain, albeit mildly disfigured. And, just between all of the bandages that crisscross his face, that mummified face, you see porous, burnt, crispy black skin. Like, you're not really sure how he still stands. It's practically ash at this point, but he still stands.
Delicious friends.
Yeah. Sorry, I got fished, and so I'm thinking of crispy things. Yeah. Yeah. So he looks to you, Hayes, and he's like, well, my memory is hazy, but I recall I have you to thank from saving me. I have you to thank for saving me from those fungal abominations, correct?
It occurs to you, Hayes, that there's no reason why he should know this.
Yeah.
He just somehow does.
Hamish. It's good to see you.
Yes.
How are things?
Oh, well, I am in intense pain, but I never felt more alive in some strange sense.
That he's made an interesting conversation partner for the last few days.
Oh, I have. He's given me pause for thought. Perhaps it is time I think about my priorities. But for the time being, we will merely carry on working as we have always done. Hauling cargo, getting payment, perhaps be a bit more careful with the risks we take this time around. Correct? He kind of widens his arms, and he seems abnormally eager to return to normalcy when things are distinctly not knowable with your old captain. But yeah.
Well, very well, Captain.
There's a good lad. Speaking of good lads, where's that bastard Shay? Last I saw him, he seemed to storm off in quite a huff. I don't quite rightly know what happened to him.
He's off relaxing. He was a bit stressed from the voyage. One could say stressed.
Right.
Shay, what happened to him? Seems like he lost a member.
For all the grief he's caused me, he's a good lad. I hope he got the pay that was allotted to him. You did give him that, right?
Whether
I think we did.
Have not been paid yet, but yes.
Yes. Well,
Perhaps it is time to decide this with the good Sir Davenport over here. I have imparted to him the unfortunate fate of the colonists in that accursed place. So I assume that this will fetch us our price. Although, as for the samples, I recall unfortunate things happening to our egghead ally. So I doubt we'll get much payment there.
Yeah,
Yes, we
he's gone for.
true.
We got a new one,
Yes.
though.
Ah. And who might you be?
A member of the ministry, here to do my own
Yes,
small
apparently.
investigation as to what happened into Hybris. Although I'm sure you can provide me with most of the details I'll need.
Mm-hmm. Well, he nods. He kind of gives you a wary eye when you mention your affiliation, and he kind of mutters, "Which ministry?"
That's an odd question.
Well, I'm part of the information office, here to stop anyone from knowing what they need not about the event.
Well, as long as you pull your own weight and help around with the crew, you're welcome on my ship. And I can assure you the ministry has nothing to fear from us. We're a fairly standard crew as far as Skyfarers go. Well,
He'll raise his eyebrow a little bit at that one, given the face before him.
a very normal crew, yes.
And he
5
like nods.
of normal crew, please.
Yes,
Of
but
course.
he's like,
Well,
Maybe that's changed a little bit in recent times.
a mighty fierce hunger has welled up within me. So I shall go off to eat. But in any case, I will leave you to whatever rest and relaxation you would like to undertake. I will see you all in a few hours.
he begins to like shakily shamble off, and he sputters and coughs as he does, and he seems to like periodically wince in pain each time he takes a step. So yeah, he's very normal, as you can see. Everything is quite
Mhm.
normal.
Amish.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, so Hayes, I'm imagining you breathe a sigh of relief.
Hayes is terrified.
Yeah, no.
As he leaves, Audrey kind of smiles. Well, our captain is returned to us, it seems.
That he is.
The skies have smiled upon us.
As that happens, you see the door fly open to the study, and the shouting continues to emanate from within. You had best stay out! You pathetic joke of a researcher! Your research is nothing! You believe in fake rule! Nothing you do is worth anything on this reserve! You hear me? I'll come for your land! I'll come for your tower! You hear me? And coming from outside of that is just like this very frazzled looking guy, who has a very nice kind of red beard, and he looks something like this.
Oh
And,
no!
He's just getting shouted at by the same researcher that you came here to report to, as he steps out in kind of a hurry, and he kind of like notices you, and he's kind of like stiffens up when he sees Davenport. He gives kind of like this nod and ducks his head, and does a small smile, and starts quickly walking past. Davenport's kind of like, okay. So after the man leaves, he kind of turns back to Keen. And you have nothing to do with this? She did mention the ministry.
No. I'm sure you'll hear from the researcher in there, though, about it. In due time, though.
I'd imagine administrator as well. I'm sure you're aware of how people tend to. Well, once they're working with us, they seem to think that they're able to use us for anything.
It does happen.
It doesn't feel good to be used as a tool, does it?
No. This one, though, is not my responsibility, so, well, I will happily leave you to it.
He kind of gives a kind of like sort of look to the side, kind of eyebrow raise, like, man. But anyways, he kind of like looks over to the researcher, who, as you peer into the doorway, you see Dr. Lillian Burrows is sitting there, and she's like fuming at her desk, her very messy desk. It seems like her entire desk or her entire lab is once again a mess, a different mess from before. It's no longer a golden slick residue on the walls. Instead, it's kind of like this explosion of almost styrofoam-like green fungus all over everything. But it is what it is, you suppose. Davenport kind of calls out as he leans on his cane. I'm afraid that we don't have any samples, so we did determine the fate of those colonists, but we aren't going to be able to
And
supply
we had
you more research for now.
Wait, so she's already heard everything from Hamish, right? I guess?
You can presume so safely, I would say. And he turns back to you and shrugs. I was curious to hear your side of the story, but if you don't have any samples, I'm afraid we can't pay you much except for your damages, as well as your fuel costs.
Well,
Arja kind of expected this.
we couldn't get samples. We were too busy destroying the existential threat.
He taps his finger on the side of his face. I was hoping you would stop with that act. You realize that Hamish gave me his account of the happenings already.
What did he tell you?
Something somewhat closer to what Alger told me. Nothing about a gigantic fungal monster. Just many smaller ones.
There was
I don't know.
something like an existential threat. I think our response was warranted, but very well, if you do not wish to pay us, that's...
I will reimburse you for your damages. The crown does reward its own. And I will make it somewhat worth your while as far as some small amount of payment. He kind of reaches down between his suit pockets, and you see him kind of wince, and as he supports himself with his cane, and he pulls out a small coin purse and holds it out to you. 200 sovereigns. Split them among your crew.
Does that seem reasonable at all?
It's not much money, but you also didn't actually do anything for him. This is just for extra payment. He'll pay for your damages and everything separately. Split 10 ways, 200 is going to be like 20 sovereigns apiece, which is pretty measly, but
Still a decent bit of cash.
yeah, it's something.
Very well then. I guess Ajay will take the cash.
And he nods. If you do manage to... Anyways. He shrugs. If you have any other samples, even if it isn't of that particular fungus, we will take it.
Do we? I don't think so.
You do not, I don't think.
Yeah, we burned most everything.
Yes.
I apologize, but we do not. We have other things to worry about.
He shrugs. Fair enough. So, is there anything else you guys would like to do? Anything you'd like to discuss with Davenport or Hamish? Or actually, Hamish, like, walked away, didn't he?
Yes.
Hamish
He can
will explain.
return
Yeah.
if they wish to discuss. So, like, I can just say he's done eating, I guess.
Well,
Our
Aja will
business
like
is
turn
done.
to Hayes. What? What? Sorry.
Our business is done. Let's get out of here.
Yep. We should go talk to Hayes. Figure out what's
You mean
up with
Hamish.
him.
Amish.
As
Or,
you
I
guys
mean,
are walking
Hamish,
back,
yeah. Sorry.
as you guys are walking back towards Hamish, I'd like to inquire. Oliver will inquire. So, what happened to this this Shay character, who apparently isn't with you
You
anymore?
did mention him earlier.
He was shaken pretty bad. On the, well, I'll let Hayes tell it.
Maybe breathed in too many spores. Out of sorts.
And what exactly did he get up to?
Not much. And lost the plot. Ran away.
Really?
Yeah, we found him later.
I mean,
Your
Somewhat
captain
familiar
didn't seem
with
too pleased with him.
shotgun thing.
He's kind of a scoundrel.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
No.
Damn.
Aja?
Oh, can
You?
I just say, out of character, that was beautiful. Like, I knew I was gonna have to lie and just pass it off to Hayes. He picked it up right away.
Well, Aja, would you like to add anything to that?
I'll probably ruin it, so no.
Hello. One truth, please.
One order of truth, please.
Okay.
Truth, Aja.
I'll let that stand as is, I guess.
Truth machine broke.
Let us
All
go see the captain.
So eventually you guys head out and find the captain. Maybe he's at that bar that you guys were at earlier. There seem to be very, very few people here now. Most of the sky captains that were here are currently out on shipments. So there's like 2 researchers dressed in white, long sort of lab coats, which of course are stained with various different colors, both of blood, flowers, pollen, just about everything. You take it that they have somewhat lax senses of sanitation here. But well. Hamish is currently eating some soup with a somewhat trembling hand
Yeah.
as he sits by the bar.
He sips a very cold glass of water, like next to it. Uncharacteristically, it doesn't seem he's interested in alcohol. He just wants something really cold.
A cold one with the boys.
He's at like a bar or something? Where?
Yeah, you
Where are we?
remember the
Okay.
bar from all the way earlier?
Where we
Yeah,
fought the British
at the
dude?
beginning.
No, not when you.
No,
fought the
no,
British dude.
that's
that was later.
that's all
No,
the way
one-
in. That's all the way in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. True.
Yeah, no, the one where you met that random sky captain who kept asking questions about random things.
And fertilizers.
Fertilizer. But yes, you guys wanted to discuss?
He turns to you and he says,
So, what measure of pay was allotted to us for our
What about that?
troubles?
They chose to recoup our costs and damages and gave us 200 sovereigns on top. Nothing much, but more than I expected, to be fair.
Well, I suppose we'll have to take it.
out of character, where do I mark currency?
Cash.
I guess
Oh,
I'll hand the
cool.
captain the thing.
Yeah, how do you guys want to split it?
Um,
Are you gonna
Up
split
to
it
the
right now, or are
captain.
you gonna wait until you get the crew?
how about we just do like? Wait, so we actually have to pay the NPCs as well. So okay.
Yes. What do you think they work for free?
No,
They're slaves, yes.
So wait, is the minister? I mean, he's on the payroll of the ministry. We don't have to pay him.
Yeah, Oliver hasn't
Right.
done anything for you related to this. I don't think he
Yeah,
deserves
yeah.
any pay here.
Yeah, you get no pay, no balls.
And probably
So
no butt.
because it's got fees already. All right, so there's 5 crewmates plus Aja plus Hayes plus Hamish. Should we count? I mean, he's not present. He's not in attendance. Should we count Shay or not?
Probably, unless
It's
you
up
want
to
Shay
you,
to
the
get
captain.
angry at you.
Sure. He'll probably get
That's up to
pissed.
you.
So we'll do like. So we have to split it 9 ways. So
Yeah.
200 divided by 9.
22.
Hold on. 22. So how about we just do like each of us get like 22 to go around? Does that seem like fine enough?
That seems fair to me.
Yeah,
Then you have
works.
2 sovereigns left. I think you should pocket them, Mr. Captain, but that's just my
Sure,
opinion.
I'll pocket it,
Alright.
and decide what to do with it later. That is. So now I have
Fair enough.
94 cash. Ka-ching.
Ka-chingers.
Ka-ching.
So,
Money,
Captain.
money.
how are you feeling? You must have many fine stories to tell.
Yes, I can tell you how much pain I'm in. Even my throat and innards burn when I consume this soup, and my joints ache and creak. But the pain is easing, so you needn't worry. I will
it
need a
appears-
place.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go.
I will need a place to dispose of the bandages, I suppose. There are many bandages I have to buy. I've burned through
Yes.
at least 2 or 3 rolls.
Well, there.
It appears he's eating some kind of like gazpacho-like soup, although it has more of a sort of reddish tint than normal gazpacho does. Kind of that reddish orange.
That,
color. This one's like pure red.
There are those who walk through the woods and see no trees. At least you are alive. And with
Yes.
us again.
In this case, the woods I walked through were on fire and made of fungus. But I emerged all the same.
This is
Oh,
so
that's
like
why he's
hostile,
burned.
you know. Oh wait, you didn't figure that one out.
No. I got
The
bad
2 and
brain.
2. Neurons fired.
Rod
Fair enough.
deactivated.
I have a question for you, young lad.
He leans towards Aja, like uncomfortably close. Aja can see all the like he
Yes.
you see the burns beneath the bandages, and you decide not to look closer. And he says,
A question has been ruminating in my mind for quite some time now.
Uh-huh.
If you were the only person left in all the world, how would you spend that time? You have all the time to live, but no other beings linger with you.
No other humans or no other
Nothing.
beings? Then
No other beings.
I do not know what would be the point.
Indeed. Strange question, right? It was
Why?
posed to me by that
But wouldn't that be
conversation part. Yeah, wouldn't that be fucked up, dude? It was posed to me by that conversation partner Archibald mentioned. One of the strangest men I had ever run into. He was
Archibald?
accompanied by a gold-eyed devil.
Yes.
They were the ones who whisked me from that strange place. I had never seen a locomotive move so fast. It was like it was tearing a hole in reality when it did so. I swear I could hear screams when that engine burned to life.
he like remains conspicuously silent after mentioning that.
Yeah, I'm envisioning like Hamish is pressed up right into Aja's face, and Aja's just like, "What?" And then he just kind of goes silent.
Wouldn't was that seems very, very odd. I assume I've never heard of such a thing.
No, you have not. I
How
mean, the
did
devils
they-
are known for having pretty good engineering. So if there was in fact a devil on board this vessel, then shrug. But
How did they know that you were? Why did they stop? Did they see you there? What?
The strange feller who posed that odd question to me. He seemed to be on something of a tour, all over the skies. He would even visit a little shithole like that accursed colony that we nearly died in. Well, one of us died in there. But it seems that I had the fortune of that tour arriving near where I was. So he decided to take the courtesy to give me transportation.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, just a sec. I really need to go to the bathroom.
that
Pause.
big.
It's like the cutscene. It's like it's playing creepy music. Hamish is leaning further. Pause.
Oh. I guess it's not technically creepy music. Maybe I should have been playing creepy music, but it's just kind of playing nice, pleasant Leadbeater and Stainrod, lo-fi Leadbeater and lo-fi
Stainrod.
hip hop beats to beater and stain your rods to.
What?
And stain
But
rods to.
but
Oh wait,
you
that
think-
sounded
you know-
sexual.
like
Wait
that's
a
like
second.
a weird. That's like a weird, like Leadbeater and Stainrod has a weird name, and you'd think like, oh, in real Britain they wouldn't have names like that. But when I went to London, there was a station called Cockfosters. Like yeah, this is just how the British are. I guess they just give those kinds of names to places because they're a normal people.
Yeah, a couple of other examples in the Sunless Skies universe are like Polmere and Plenty's, Wit and Vinegar, Crown and Misery. It's strange.
The most
yeah.
British name.
I don't know. Britain's cool.
It's funny. Oh, don't let anyone hear you say that.
We're playing it anyways. I mean,
Super ride with the show.
I think it would be,
Sorry.
judging by the track record, it would be worse if I started slandering Britain. Then I'd end up somewhere where Hamish did.
True.
Hamish
If you were in this universe, you would end up in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Hamish has run the record for most times, almost died, except for Grimbo. I would say he's definitely the fastest, other than also Grimbo.
Grimbo's very hard to beat.
Very hard to kill. Very easy to beat.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I guess Aj is coming back, but that's probably fine. I guess we can move on from there to the next scene. Unless Hayes, you wanted to say something, or Mr. Oliver, if you wanted to inquire more about whatever incident.
Let's just skin it. Like Aja goes off to like eat, and then Hayes is like
some distance.
Hayes is left with Keen and Hamish is just his like eye like twitches, and like it like one pupil, like one of the eyes like turns towards Hayes, the other is like looking at the food, and then it like the other one like focuses in on him. He's like,
"That's uncanny."
Hayes is terrified of Hamish.
Seems like there's some rich history here.
I've
Yes.
known him for a while.
Mm-hmm. He seems pleased by your company.
Is a good lad. He's a good lad.
Thank you.
Keen will raise a very large eyebrow to that.
I have some groceries to get to. I'm gonna go. It's just
I never pegged you for a groceries man.
I like food.
Ah, well, I wish you luck on your produce procurement.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yes. Good luck. I'm sure
Jonah Hayes,
you find what you're looking for.
Smuggler.
Now Keen is left alone with Hamish.
Hamish has successfully managed to chase away every other party member.
Hamish is now imparting. Now that the discomfort is not split between several people, it is all focused on you, and you are left with this burned man sitting before
I'm
you.
envisioning like the Lord of the Rings, during the Siege of Gondor, where he's like eating and it's nasty. And does no one know what I'm referring to? Yeah, okay, John does at least, and he's just kind of like eating soup with like this trembling hand amidst like a face covered in bandages as the soup. Some of it manages to get caught, but the majority of it just kind of dribbles down his chin, and you see him wince in pain as the cold liquid covers his bandages, and it's visibly disconcerting.
Okay.
Oh, I recall you having some. Damn it. I recall you having some questions.
Yes, about the well, I guess nobody's bothered to inform me what happened to that well, properly informally, what happened to that Shay fellow who seemed to so quickly leave your ship.
Well, he stormed off in a huff. That's what I remember. You see,
here, like, Hamish's quirk, like, kind of like amusing derangedness falters a little to a bit more seriousness, and he seems to pick his words a bit more carefully here. He kind of says,
I took it upon myself to discern the proper fate of the colonists, not only because of the job that was assigned to us by Sir Stoker, but because I had some personal stake in these colonists. You could say I empathized with them to a degree.
Hamish, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's Asher
Yeah.
Davenport. Archibald Stoker's the guy.
Davenport. Wait.
You've
Oh,
said
no.
twice now.
Retcon.
The first time I thought it was a slip because Asher and Archibald are close enough, but
Yeah. Okay.
Sir Davenport, he assigned us there. Strange. Stoker.
technically,
Why'd I
agent
say that
would be
name?
more accurate.
Where do I know that name?
You don't.
But he like nods and he says,
Well, I had some personal stake in their fate, so I took it upon myself to check in on them. Now, Shay was not all too happy about this. He is risk averse. And I cannot say I blame him. In the end, he was in the right. Because it was my poor decision to look further into this mess that nearly got most of my my crew killed, and also the researcher murdered by those beasts. Well, I had been rendered unconscious during the scuffle with those beasts, but it was only a blur after that. I only remember murky yells. Perhaps I heard Shay's voice in there as well, but nothing. It is all a haze to me. But some things seem clearer to me than they should be, oddly enough.
Yes. I'm back, by the way. Yeah.
Oh, I'll just.
Audra returns from the bathroom.
Yeah, you see, Hamish has kind of changed his terrifying gaze to this poor ministry agent that you've decided to take along with you.
Also, sorry, just I know I missed stuff. How are we talking about the Mahabharata? Because that's not chill.
Yeah, we're kind of not.
Okay. I heard mention of Stoker, and that was sus.
Yeah, that's
I said his
Hamish
name up.
accidentally
I got
said
the
Archibald
names
Stoker instead of.
mixed up.
Okay. Very well then.
What was the last
go
thing
on.
Hamish said? Continue your creepy.
He just said like it was all a murky haze. I don't really remember what happened, but I do remember hearing Shay's voice in that like haze of yells, right? It's kind of like how in FPS games, like when you like get hit, it's like And then the screen
So
gets all
he
blurry.
doesn't know that Shay killed him?
Does not
No, he
seem to.
doesn't.
Should probably keep it that way.
Okay. Interesting. Well,
Anything else?
I guess
So, like,
when you're
Hamish remains silent. He has a bit of a 1,000-yard stare, and he's like,
I have the fiercest pain in my gut. I wonder what it could be.
he like reaches into his coat, and he yells. He coughs out some blood over his soup, and he's like,
Mix was right.
Strange. A bullet. How had I not noticed that before? Oh well.
and he like throws it aside.
Yeah, he kind of throws it aside with like this like manner as if he's done this like a bunch already somehow. And he just like his expression is kind of like, oh, I missed one, kind of as if you were like, you know, picking like rocks out of from your shoes or like taking burrs off from your socks.
Did these fungal monsters have guns?
They lacked the capacity to use firearms. They merely lunged at us and gnawed at us.
Okay. Where'd those bullets come from?
I cannot say for sure.
Anja looks at Hayes.
Hayes is gone.
I wonder.
Oh.
I suppose. Well,
Hamish thinks about it. Can Hamish like roll like a thinking roll, like intelligence or something, to
Yes,
like
there
put
is
two and
thing
two
as
together?
there is such a thing as an idea roll.
He did. He
idea
probably
isn't
remembers
quite
that
what we're
Shay
looking for
had the
here.
shotgun.
But yeah, you could roll intellect, yeah, or intelligence.
Okay, well, I'll roll like maybe I should roll intellect because I have the possibility to improve that, right?
No,
hold
there's
on,
no
if I
skill
can
called
find-
intellect.
Oh, never mind.
It's,
Okay,
yeah,
then
I
I'll
just-
click intelligence.
in Mutants and
Oh,
Masterminds,
okay.
it's called intellect instead of intelligence, and I was saying, yeah. Okay.
Hayes fails the roll.
Yes, or Hamish, you mean? Luckily,
Or
Hamish does not.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you
Those
see
two
him kind
names
of
have
like
been messed up so much in this campaign already.
you see him kind
Yeah.
of like almost put the two and two together, and you visibly start like backing up in fear, and then no, he just kind of is like, oh well.
well, it escapes me.
Can I see that bullet?
Whatever.
He like hands it to him. He's like,
Can I try and
I
identify
wonder
it?
what this morbid fascination is with this weapon of war, agent, but you may investigate it.
and he hands a bullet to you.
Yeah, you could roll maybe appraise, or if you have a rifle shotgun skill, you could roll that as well.
Okay.
In this case, it's more so to figure out what kind of rifles have a shotgun. I'm not sure if it would really
Okay.
apply.
It looks like rifle or shotgun.
I mean, yeah,
bullet,
you can
though.
tell that it's
Yeah.
it doesn't look to be
It's a
yeah, it doesn't
bullet.
look to be splintered. It's a shotgun bullet or of some kind. You just don't know what, because like that's
Okay.
pretty definitively obvious. They're very small pellets. If you know anything about guns at all, and you've probably seen at least one gun in your time, then you would know that that's a shotgun pellet.
So
Okay.
Hamish looks
does not seem to put it
expectantly,
together.
and he's like,
What do you determine from this bullet?
Well, doesn't look like anything I've seen before. You see guns every once in a while in the ministry.
The information ministry?
So you can.
He'll shrug his
determine
shoulders.
The caliber, the sort of
Well, it's a shotgun
Yeah.
bullet.
a shotgun bullet.
so Hamish, when he hears shotgun bullet, he's like, I mean, I feel like he wouldn't have to roll intelligence for that, right? He would probably at that point,
I mean,
unless
he
you
went through
want
a lot
to
of
want
stuff.
to.
possible that he completely like he's lost memory of a lot of the details.
Is there a
Let's go
remember
for-
skill?
I mean, we'll just go with intelligence again.
Sure.
Yeah, just
Okay.
roll another intelligence check. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, then you do put 2 and 2 together. I just wanted to make sure that you rolled something so that we could have a little bit of mercy on Shay, so that he could at least try to give his side of the events when he comes in. But, it looks like we're really trying to push the Hamish versus Shay thing here. But yeah, okay.
Fight,
we'll
no,
see
you
what
fight,
happens.
fight.
Hamish
We'll
is
see
gonna
what
react.
happens. We'll see.
You put it together.
Hamish, when he hears shotgun, he looks at both of you, and like this is the worst thing you've seen so far. Like the most disturbing smile begins to like open across his face, and he starts to chuckle.
Well,
Something wrong, sir.
I knew the lad had it out for me, but I didn't know he was that upset. Perhaps this warrants a nice, long talk.
Yes, Captain. It
Correct
probably
me,
does.
Ajia. Help me to recollect. What was it that we gave Shay for his self-defense and well-being? Was
Did
it
I-
a revolver?
Out of
a
character,
rifle?
did I see Hayes?
Hayes,
Did I?
leave?
Did I see Hamish get shotgun, or was that apart from us?
I
No,
remember
you
you
must have,
seeing it.
because you ran over. Hayes followed you, holding Hamish's body. Shay followed that. So yeah, and then he shot at Hayes. Hayes used him as a meat shield. You were like, oh shit, after Shay came to, and then Hayes was like, what the fuck? And then
At
you
the
left.
very least, you would have saw
Very quickly. Yeah,
Shay
so you-
shooting people. So
No, you saw him shoot Hamish. Or shoot at Hayes, and Hayes used him as a meat shield. Yeah, so you do know what's going on.
Well, he had a shotgun, I believe. Look,
Yes, and he like does like the ding, like he did it, but he like knows it's Shay. He's just asking the question in like a kind of mocking, cruel way, and he's like,
Well, we have so much to catch up on with Shay. It is very convenient indeed that he is absent. Well,
yes, he's coming to terms with he was not in his right mind, really, Captain.
what would cause that?
I don't know if we can blame him.
I suppose we can. How can we?
here his expression is imperceptible. You can't tell if this was just mocking sarcasm or genuine sincerity. Like right now, Hamish is unreadable, but he merely nods and says,
Well, when it comes to matters as this, I suppose.
and Hamish like, wait, does by the way, does Hamish still have his sword or not?
I
I remembered it was looted. Unless
No,
okay,
no one
I
ever
guess he
took it.
saw it. Okay, so Hamish pulls out his sword and kind of
correct me.
looks at his. I don't think
I mean,
it
the
was.
steel is like pretty crappy, or maybe in crappy condition due to the flames around him. But
Yeah.
I mean, if Hamish survived, then there's a chance that the sword is still in working order. In fact, roll luck. Let's see how. Actually, no, don't roll luck. Just roll a d100. I'll give you a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
High low.
100.
Shouldn't this be 0? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it is at least in working order, we'll say.
Ah, my lucky sword. Well, in matters such as this,
Give me the hand.
I suppose.
And he kind of like looks at the broken, burnt steel.
I suppose we can't just let.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all like burnt. So he like looks at it and he's like,
I suppose in matters such as this, we can't expect God to do all the work. Now, can we?
and he sheaves it back. For the record, I stole the. Never mind. Never mind. But he nods and he says,
So I wonder when Hayes will get back from his grocery shopping. What could he be shopping?
I do not know.
He seemed in quite a hurry. He looks anxious. Do you notice that?
I think he is just surprised by your return. He is trustworthy, I think.
Oh, I suppose he is. Yes. Oh, by the way, I know he has something of a, how shall we say it? A bit of a prejudice against your ilk, Aja. I trust he didn't give you too hard of a time during my unfortunate absence. Now, did he?
No, he was fine.
Good.
Mostly.
Good. Then this unfortunate incident can be an opportunity for growth for all of us, I think.
Of course.
I'm sure Jay will have plenty of growth to do once we have a stern talk with him.
Yes.
Oh boy. Maybe a little chopping down. Maybe he needs to shorten, in fact. By a head! Sorry. Sorry, just some fervor for the British crown came over me there. Anyways.
yes.
Okay,
I don't
so
know where they are. Sorry. Yeah, they're not.
what's you guys'
well,
next plan?
I don't know. We need a
we'll probably
new job,
start
but that's-
looking for another job, but like right now it seems like kind of a better time for downtime, I guess.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
But yeah, but like Hamish, like he's right now his concerns aren't with like, oh, where should I go to get booze? Where should I go to hang out? Right now, he has what he needs: food, water, a place to sleep. I'm
Yep.
sure you guys can figure out what you guys want to do. But yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, we same. I don't know. We should start looking for a job of some kind.
Okay.
I don't really know how downtime works in Call of Cthulhu much.
Don't worry too much about it because something is going to presumably happen as you guys do the next logical course of action, which would be return to your ship, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, I will
Okay.
do that.
Well,
Yeah, I
then
think
this
so.
might affect your choice of what to do next. So you all head to the ship and re-enter the loading bay, which is now bereft of Oh, sorry. 1 second.
Oh, it's bereft of awe? That's really unfortunate.
Sorry. Okay, sweet. So you all enter the loading bay, which is now bereft of all sailors. It seems that they have all been on their way since you had your conversations.
Oh, they don't know. It's funny. That's funny.
Well, no, I meant more so that the massive amount of sailors taking imports or taking exports rather out of Verdant Encouragement and Apollonian Cinders have now all disembarked. However, your ship is one of the only few left, but something is wrong with it. Something is very clearly wrong. The ship appears to be open. The door appears to be open, which is not unheard of if a crewmate was working in it. But more importantly, through that door, you can see someone inside of the locomotive's opening, and they seem to be staggering about in circles almost. It's too far to see very well from here. But if you want to roll spot hidden,
I shall.
Yes.
Both of us, or
Yeah, both of you. And Keen as well.
Keen will roll it too.
Whoa! Extreme success.
Oh! What? You're
Okay.
the agent.
5.
What the hell? Okay, 2
we
extreme
both
successes.
outperform.
So you guys see Hayes is like hiding behind some boxes and gazing into what happened here. It seems like he must have slunk over here. And you both kind of like look at him for a second, and then look back to the ship. And from this distance, you're actually able to see what's going on as you kind of focus in. The man staggering in circles about is Tubby, with a well-kept mustache and hairdo in contrast to the rest of the crew. He's one of your familiar crewmates. Yet something is wrong. His eyes swim with bewilderment, and the purple haze in the ship's cabin is quite obviously something that you may have. Blah. And the purple haze in the cabin is quite obviously something of something to fear. There's kind of this cloud that's almost moving about him, a cloud of purple. And in turn, he coughs a cloud of spores, and you see tears running down his face as he desperately tries to pull the proliferating mushrooms from his orifices as they cover his tongue, ears, and his skin bulges. It runs taut along his body, slick with sweat and undertoned by purple bumps as he circles in desperation, or perhaps he's already lost it.
Well, Keen,
Can I have you guys roll sanity?
Keen will step away from everyone else who he's next to.
Well, I will roll my sanity roll.
Yes, please.
is
Please roll your
sane
sanity.
currently.
And then intelligence.
How much
That's a
did
failure.
you lose? No, you roll 1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
So, do I roll
Critical
intelligence?
success.
All right, well, now you roll intelligence. All of you guys need to roll 1d4 plus 1.
Right. I remember.
Let's go.
Okay, well, you're good then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm rolling
Okay.
1d4
You lose
plus
4.
So that's a 4. And now, should I roll my sanity?
No, you're fine.
now? Oh, okay.
That's how much you lose. You lose 4 sanity. Same as always.
Should
So
I
yeah,
have
you lose
regained
4.
any sanity
lose
after
4.
the last thing? or-
No. There is an opportunity to regain sanity, but you did not manage to save any of the colonists or kill the fungus. Well, in a way you did, but probably in the worst possible way. And I don't mean to discredit any of your achievements, but nothing that you did that day is going to make you sleep any more soundly, is kind of how to think of it.
True.
You can't. Yeah. So you see the man careening about, and Hayes, you said you picked up a weapon of some kind?
I think I've my knife on me, but
We should
Yeah, for sure.
alert the station security. We need to get those.
Get one
Airlock
of
door
those
closed.
eggheads over here. We need to fix them. And close the airlock door.
I guess those
Yeah, you guys are a good distance away from the
for
ship
the
right
benefit
now.
of our newcomer. Those are that's the mushroom that did that to the entire colony.
Gene, don't just stand
Interesting.
there. Get immediate help.
Keen
What are you
will
gonna do?
walk off. Presumably, there's something to go to here for emergency help.
Yeah, so of course there's a station master who doesn't seem to have noticed what's going on. It's sort of in the opposite. The door is open in the opposite direction from where he is. No, if you fail an intelligence check on a sanity roll, that's good. You don't want to succeed.
okay.
Yeah.
Do I have to make an intelligence check? I lost 4
No,
sanity.
you lost 4. You have to lose 5. I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5. So you rush over to the station master, or walk over to the station master, actually, you said, who is kind of sitting in this little glass cabin. They don't have a cabin like the one in Hybris. It's not attached. Presumably they live somewhere else on the reserve, and they're currently, it looks like, filling out some order manifests after the big export, and crossing some ships off from the docking list. He kind of notices you as you maybe tap the glass, smack the glass, bang the glass.
Yeah, I will knock roughly on the glass.
Okay. So you knock on the glass, and he kind of notices you. His waxed mustache sort of glints, and his sort of ruddy cheeks puff out as he steps up and quickly rushes over to the door, obviously noticing your maybe not panic, but at least caution or fear. Is something wrong?
There seems to be some sort of infectious spores in one of the ships over there. One of their crewmates is stumbling around with small funguses poking out of his pores.
He takes off his spectacles. Oh dear, is that what's happening over there?
It would appear so, unfortunately.
He sits up and you see him like sit up and then sit back down. Oh dear. Okay, I'll go find the marshal. I'll be back. He gives you a nod. Thank you.
No, of course.
Oh, blast! The marshal's out right now. I just remembered that he's capturing some gang members or something, some sky marauders. Is there any chance that I can help you otherwise? Perhaps some kind of researcher? I do have, he reaches into his desk. I do have he pulls out a revolver. I have taken some courses. Do we need some kind of a quarantine? What's going on?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. Well, the captain's down there, sitting outside. Who knows what's happened to him? You might want to bring the revolver, though.
Yes. Thank you for the timely report. In the meantime, what are you guys doing? The rest of you.
We should
people look out
try-
and he's gonna make sure no one approaches the ship, and if anyone does happen to be nearby, he'll yell to them hey, this is a dangerous place. Infectious spores are in there. Yeah. Don't come anywhere near there.
So you cough it out as some people kind of come somewhat near. Some random sailors, none of them from your crew. A couple researchers are kind of taken aback and stumble backwards. At least one has a morbid curiosity and kind of stares at what's going on. But in the meantime, what is Ajita and what are Hayes gonna do?
Hayes is gonna.
Should we? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Hayes is gonna retreat to the others and kind of stow his knife and start looking for maybe something to throw at the creature if it emerges.
Yeah, so there's definitely plenty of things you can throw. There's a couple of carts around here. Most of the vendors are gone, but there's kind of empty market carts. So you could grab some kind of a piece of wood off of those if you wanted to. I mean, you could obviously throw a knife at it.
No, that's my good.
Hamish has a saber of some kind. Oh yeah, well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't want to throw that knife, but another knife maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Keen,
the more knives, the merrier.
Yeah. So you see Keen coming over with a ruddy-faced, waxen mustached station master. He's kind of a small, sort of portly man who has just loaded up a small revolver. What's going on then?
A malady has infected my crew. We need an immediate quarantine. And if there are any researchers who know how to cure this affliction, I need them down here right now. I've already seen enough die from this sickness.
Something wrong?
Yes, read the series of rolls in the chat. Sanity roll. Failure. Sanity loss. 5. Bout of madness. 7.
Intelligence loss.
Yes.
Well, intelligence roll insane.
Intelligence is extreme success, which means
what happens to the station master?
Oh no.
Okay.
We'll say Aj should we the rush? We need to get those doors closed so the station.
So the station master just starts screaming uncontrollably and drops to the ground. His revolver flies from his hand. Actually, let me roll quick luck right there.
Dear Lord.
Luckily, it does not go off. It skitters to a halt across the ground, and he just is screaming this high-pitched noise uncontrollably. The situation has gotten worse, clearly.
Oh shit.
What are you going to do?
Whoever is still around, I assume a small circle of sailors and
Yes, there's a couple.
researchers this forum, I will just yell to them, "Go! Find someone who can help! Find someone who can help shut these doors, and tell everyone to stay away from the ship! Quick!"
Okay, so the crowd starts murmuring, "Oh, stay away, stay away." There's like a few people that start bolting to try to presumably find some help. You hear at least you hear a shout of, "Captain, isn't that our ship?"
I like
That
turn.
appears to be
I just turn to look at who it is.
yeah, it appears to be Maggie, one of your engineers, or rather stokers.
Maggie, stay far away from there. Far away from there.
How are we supposed to close the doors without getting closer to the ship?
Damn it. Shit.
Well, okay, now Hamish is thinking like,
Yeah, the man kind of finishes staggering in circles, and you see him drop to the ground. No longer attempting to move the mushrooms, but kind of just twitching.
all right,
As the
Hamish-
mushrooms continue to proliferate.
merely he like, okay, what he'll do is he'll just kind of like rip off like part of his coat and like tie it around his face like a makeshift like mask, and
Hunter will do
he'll
so.
start approaching the airlock with his sword drawn.
Yeah,
I
so
guess I can
you
pick up
wince
that
in pain.
revolver.
Okay, so you
Mhm.
grab the revolver. Keen, are you going to do anything?
We have
If you're
get
gonna
the
go
door
in there, a
closed.
little bit of fire might help you, and he'll offer them a lighter,
Okay,
Yeah.
so he hands you a lighter.
and then he'll
offer the
walk
lighter
off.
and not go with us.
Is it a nice lighter?
It's a nice lighter.
Okay, kind of has a little engraving on it, maybe. So he hands you the lighter, and who are you handing it to?
Aja.
Okay, hands it to Aja.
I will
Hayes, what are you
take it.
doing?
Hayes.
Violin voices.
Where was so the station master had a pistol. Is he anywhere close to us?
Yeah, he was.
He dropped it,
seems-
so it's
yeah, it seems Aja just grabbed it.
Oh yeah, okay. So Hayes is terrible with
You could
guns
probably ask him
anyways.
for it.
So
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just gonna. I guess I'll make a natural world check to see if there's anything like temporary I can do to, like, if there's any risk of like the body exploding. How to keep spores away from.
Okay. Maybe you spent some time on
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
sea?
Never mind.
Okay, now you've got no idea. All right. Demeraux Isle, I think it's called. Anyways, so Aja, you take the lighter, and Hayes, you follow him. What are you guys going to like advance towards it?
Yeah, I will warily advance towards it.
Okay.
And
Let's
but
be
also just like
Maybe
a
we'll start.
random off question, like
Mhm.
what do you so is Maggie at all surprised that the captain is still alive somehow?
No, she seemed to be speaking to Aja. She didn't even seem to register you.
Oh, I see. All right. Well,
She kind of just seemed to like think that maybe you were some new crew member.
right. I'm a new crew member. Sure.
should-
I'll just
We should be quick about it. We should get
yeah.
him.
So
maybe if you have a rag, you could light that on fire and throw it inside. Hopefully, it wouldn't cause too much of a fire.
We'll merely shut
Might help
it
with the
down,
spores, though.
but we'll burn it if no one can help with this.
So first,
Well, you can
where's
try
the
to close the doors to the ship from the outside.
yeah? Where's the airlock controls? I guess where's the like controls to close the door?
They're on the outside of the ship. If you need to access them, there's some.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go in.
They do require a specific sort of key, but Hamish, you do of course own that key, being the captain.
Right. Can I just head over there? Like
Okay,
how far
and
is
are you
it in
gonna do-
relation to me?
It's somewhat far away. You'd have to like run over to it. The man has collapsed, but the spore clouds are kind of like sort of reaching out almost. But you could try to run over there if you wanted. Yes.
Okay. Is there a way I can run over there without putting myself at risk of ingesting the spores? Should I like what would I roll to do that? I guess.
You would roll probably luck to see if the spores are able to reach you. Oh, right. Yeah, lol.
Lol.
Does he have like 1 luck left or something?
You could ask Aja, maybe.
Yeah, I'll ask.
Oh,
I'll
that
give
one
Aja
luck.
the key.
Quickly. The body
I'll
continues
give
to kind of twitch.
yeah. I'll give Aja the key and be like, run over to the door controls, shut it down immediately. Take the lighter. If the clouds get close, light it ablaze.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a deep breath, just like, and go for it. I don't have very good luck either, but
All right. Well, roll some luck.
Don't worry, better than 0.
Feel lucky, punk.
no.
Oh wait.
Can I luck a luck roll?
That was
No.
No, that's not.
No.
That was a
I do have the lighter to light. I will light it if any of the spores get close, like to try to burn them away.
Bonus die. No,
so
thank you for helping.
you start rushing over towards it and kind of quickly running, covering your face. And your torch kind of sputters and bursts as not torch. Your lighter kind of sputters and bursts as you flick it open and try to light the clouds of spores. Of course, they do not light entirely. They just go and puff out of existence as they alight upon your flame. You do recall, of course, that this is exactly what happened when you were in the fungal clearing.
When I see this, I guess I can keep it like closer to my face, trying not to burn myself.
Ooh, okay. Roll for dexterity then.
It's just a lighter. I might burn myself a little, anyways.
Or light your scarf on fire. No, you're good.
That would be a
So
pretty epic moment.
You managed to hold it kind of close to your face and burn some of the spores away, but roll your Constitution.
Oh my gosh. Sorry I have to crutch on
No,
Aja,
Mr.
but I
GM.
literally burnt through all my luck.
It's okay. I just like
Oh.
chatted right now.
The greatest.
He's
You
going.
find yourself getting short of breath as the flame burns and consumes the oxygen around you, but you manage to reach the keyhole, slam it in, and start to turn the key just as the body begins to kind of shudder more violently. All of you guys hear a hiss, and there's a sliding of doors, a sliding of panels as the doors slam shut. And Aja, you seem to have done the airlock.
And I will run back, still trying to like hold my breath and not become zombie.
Yes, you guys notice that Aja's clothes are kind of tinted vaguely purple on the top half of his body. Are you sure you want to let him go near you?
I'm like, Aja,
It's nothing.
take off your
crazy.
clothes now.
I would do it.
yeah.
Except for
All right.
maybe underclothes. We'll try.
Yeah, those
Toss it
are
into the
obviously not
sky.
going to be dirty. That wouldn't make any sense. Yeah.
They're very dirty.
So you.
Stop.
Oliver Keane, the first gay character in this campaign, I guess. So you disrobe and throw your outer clothes to the ground. Luckily, your underclothes, which aren't like straight up underwear, presumably you're wearing multiple layers. It's not like
Yeah.
like the world is particularly warm here, despite it being a nature reserve. It is still out in the sky. So you throw down your clothes in a heap, and there's kind of another puff of purple at each time that you drop them down. Each time each pile or each piece of clothes lands in the pile.
Or I imagine like people around me are like yelling like a bunch of like overlapping shit at Hodge, and I'm like, burn it, burn it, burn it,
burn it, burn it.
Is it
like
burn it.
Hamish going like burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, like a chant, or is it like
no? He's
No, just like a
it's more
quick
panic,
order.
like an order.
Okay.
Like, burn it, burn
so
it now.
You throw the lighter onto the maybe you don't throw the lighter, actually. I don't know. How does Aja want to do it? You want to throw the lighter and make it dramatic, or do you want to
I'll just throw the lighter on it, yeah.
All right, make it cool. You wouldn't want to risk it. So you throw the lighter on, and the clothes alight, cooking the spores around them in a rapid fashion, as well as burning through themselves. And you all stand there as the pile of clothes burns in short time.
Oh,
And the crowd kind of like calms down as the action seems to be over. What was that, Captain? Maggie says.
Hamish like gasps. He's like,
I'm not the captain anymore. I point to Hamish. Hamish is he's back.
Hamish just
She
nods
just
and
looks
says,
like more confused.
Ah,
Like this is too
some of
much
the-
for her to handle.
Enjoy
right
the
now.
The
Maggie.
spores must have followed us somehow.
ah,
We
Yes.
should get the
I
ship
still live.
towed away from
Wait.
this population center.
How many of the crew was in there, Maggie? How many?
I think just the one.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to find a new. Well, at this rate, we're gonna have to find a new ship. It's not safe in there anymore.
How did that happen, though?
I don't know.
Something must have followed you all from Hybris.
Or maybe we didn't fully cleanse the spores.
It's very likely.
It's true. You recall that in your panic to reboard the ship, you didn't give much thought to doing anything with your clothes.
yeah, I
Oh.
remembered.
In fact,
Well,
you remember the purple tint on Hayes' jacket as he re-entered.
Yeah,
Must
I
have
mean,
slipped your mind.
I didn't see this because obviously I was dead at the time.
Canon, you
but,
didn't see it. Yes.
Yeah, but Shay he gave like this really dramatic speech about like self-preservation, and then like I like to imagine while that was happening, the Hmong guy creeped from the clothes onto the ship.
Something like that. And you kind of sigh as you realize your slight mistake, slight lapse of caution.
Uh-oh.
The eggheads will know what to do with this ship.
On the bright side, you now have space for another crew member.
That's true.
Let's go.
Woo! On
We'll have space for
official
Ooh,
crew.
very soon.
Ooh.
Woo!
But
Regardless,
okay,
you were saying something,
Oh,
Hamish.
boy.
yeah, Hamish will just be like, well, Hamish is like thinking, so cogs are turning in his head. He realizes that this is outside his area of expertise, but also, if that one lady who sent him on this job on the first place knew there were samples on that ship, he doesn't know what she would try to do. So he's
Fair
in a bit
point.
of a dilemma here.
Well, at the same time,
Yeah.
the money is kind of like you can see the money glinting in one hand, and you can see the caution and danger lying, sneering in the other. It is a dilemma, to be sure.
Hamish, like, I think the way he would skew is like, this fungus almost killed his whole crew. And
True.
he already saw it devastate one colony. He doesn't want to see it do it to, like, this one, right? So I think at this point, he's not really thinking about any sort of pay. He'll just be like, I don't know what they'll have to do with the ship. Cleanse it or destroy it. But
Hopefully.
understand this. Getting samples to that mad woman is out of the question. It'll endanger this whole reserve.
Of course, I don't know if anyone could contain this.
What should we do?
So who's this authority on Leadbeater and Stainrod?
Who's the authority on Leadbeater and Stainrod?
Yeah, like the primary. If there's a governing body or law enforcement, who would we go to?
Yes, well,
Presumably you go to the station master, but
yeah.
well.
Earlier, the station master mentioned that there was a marshal, but said that he was out. The station master is kind of just for the import-export control. There is, of course, a head researcher, known as the phlegmatic researcher in game. And there is, of course, some kind of hierarchy of researchers, but generally there's not too much of a problem with that. The researchers sort of keep to themselves. The worst things that happen are generally just politics. They don't expect people to be coming through with infectious fungi. But as far as other high-ranking people go, well, you have Mr. Keene, which is a ministry official by you, and of course there's also Davenport and whoever his friend was, which are supposedly high-ranking ministry officials.
All right. Well, we'll have to approach
Technically, you have never
them.
asked them for identification.
I'll like look at Keen and I'll be like,
Your ministry. So perhaps you can contact all your high-ranking friends and decide what to do with this mess. That's the ministry's job, isn't it? To handle any mess that comes up.
No, we don't generally deal with, well, situations like this. Generally, it's more
Well, we
more to
can't
do
just
with
leave it
ideas,
here.
but I'm sure there's someone I can get into contact with. Maybe Davenport
All right. Well, make it
has a
snappy.
bit more of an idea. I'm sure there's would I know someone I could try and refer them to?
Maybe.
Ministries do mostly stay to themselves, so. I don't stay around these parts very often, so I don't know if there's much I can do to help you. It's not my ministry specialty, so.
Well, maybe Davenport might have something. I don't know.
but Hamish does seem set on contacting Davenport about this. He'll task his crew with watching the ship and ensuring the quarantine is upheld, making sure no one gets near that place. And Hamish will go out and search out Davenport himself. And he invites Keen to come along, seeing as he's ministry too. So, yeah, that's what he'll do.
Will Keen join?
I think Keen has other matters to attend to right now, so he'll, I guess, turn down the offer.
All right.
It's not my field of expertise.
Yes. Keen does not seem too keen on the idea. So you head out and take a cable car back. Where are you going to search for Davenport?
Where did I last see him?
How? Well, you last saw him in front of the researcher's place, which was probably
that will be the first place I check.
By now. It's probably been over an hour by now. But yeah, okay. So you check over there and don't manage to find Davenport, or at least not outside. If you'd like to knock inside,
I'll knock.
Okay. What is it?
Have you seen Davenport?
Yes, a few hours ago.
Where's he gone off to?
I'm not sure. He had some other ministry agents with him, I think.
Well,
Hamish is like, shit. It's like,
are there any ministry agents with you right now?
No, I can contact Davenport if you need. How soon do you need him? I'll tell you we're looking for him.
Tell him it's urgent. Tell him whatever ruined Hybris has come here.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a situation at the docks. We've quarantined a ship there. It's been...
The door kind of opens, and you see her standing there, like, bag in hand, coat on, Equipment ready.
Shit! I didn't write. No, no. Now
It seems your decision has been made.
let's not do anything hasty. This could
Oh,
be
no, I was just
incredibly
going-
dangerous. What?
For an afternoon constitutional.
What's that?
Wait, do you not know what a constitutional is?
No.
No.
Oh, it's an old-fashioned term for a walk.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I don't speak Brit. He doesn't say that. In America, like normal people, we say walk.
Is he actually going to say that?
Okay. No, well, no, he won't say that. I'm tempted to. Actually, I'm kind of tempted for him to say that. Let me. Would it be in character?
Not really.
Okay, then. Well, he's heard it. He's heard it enough. He's heard it enough that he probably won't respond to that. He'll just be like, "Well, look. Somehow I doubt you're gonna go constituting anytime soon. Something tells me with all that research equipment and that lab coat, you're fixing to grab some samples."
Well, Hamish might not be able to figure that out. Roll psychology.
No. Okay. Yeah, you can pretty easily tell that.
I do not think that would be a good idea, miss. It's
Oh, wait, you're here now?
Wait, I figured I would just be with the captain. Sorry.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, you can just follow him, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's not a huge deal. Oh, listen, you want to get paid, don't you?
Understand this. I like pay as much as I like any other captain of the skies. But after seeing what that fungus had done to that colony, I don't think it's worth all the pay in the world. The queen herself could offer me a nice house right next to her, wherever the queen lives. I don't know what kind of,
One of ours.
like a palace or whatever, you know, right? But listen, that poses too much of a danger for you to do any research. I would instead ask that you use your expertise in neutralizing this fungus, or at least containing it so it doesn't spread to the rest of this reserve. This is your home, right? You wouldn't want it destroyed, right? Perhaps in the process of diffusing this situation, you could learn a thing or two, but don't take any samples. You don't want to endanger this place. Can I roll persuasion?
Yes.
Okay.
With a bonus dice. 'Cause
Good
it's a
luck.
team argument.
All right. Oh wait, I clicked the like picture and not the character sheet.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Where's the? Where is it? Okay.
You're
So,
in the regular
persuasion
characters now,
time.
not Hall of Fame.
Yeah. You're right. We put it there to trick people into thinking he was dead.
Yeah, we baited you, didn't you?
Debated. Yeah, debated.
For the record, this will not be a regular occurrence. People will not
Yes.
be coming back from the dead willy-nilly.
Yes. Fuck. Where's?
No Willow here, you see.
Hold
So,
on, let me okay. Wow, actually my persuade's kind of ass. So how do I add a bonus to it?
You just roll it, and then just roll it, and then press the bonus. Okay. Yeah, no.
That is
All right.
so close. That is so close.
You're 15 off. I don't know if that's the closest thing in the world.
quote unquote, so close.
Quote unquote. It is quote unquote.
So I didn't hire you to tell me how to do my job. I'm here to harvest some samples, and of course I will maintain cautious scientific protocol while I'm doing so. I don't intend to kill anyone while doing this. I understand that your story says that this is very dangerous, and well, I'm a woman of science, and I've been around the block a few times. So I'll say that I do know what I'm doing. Thank you very much. She says as she storms off.
Around. Well, can we hurry after? Can I hurry after her?
Yeah, you can easily. Yeah, she's just.
We don't
walking
want to
past
insult you, but this could endanger the entire settlement
I'm
here.
aware, and I'll take proper precautions.
Perhaps we could wait till the ship could be distant.
For so long.
Perhaps we can wait for the ship to be towed further from the settlement, so that there's less danger.
Absolutely, yes. And then I'll collect a sample from there, and it'll be the same thing as otherwise.
Look, we can't I turn to Odge and say, look, we can't dissuade the woman, so let's just let her do her work and trust that she doesn't get herself into too much trouble. But we'll allow you to do this on the condition that we wait for it to be towed some distance away. But yes, we will not try to obstruct you in this matter.
Finally found the ambience. Yes, good, very good.
Hamish
She
looks
doesn't
like
seem to.
anxious, but yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to like you guys telling her how to do her job. Considering that she does.
I wonder what's up with that.
Yeah, I mean, she is a senior researcher.
All right.
In any case, this is finally a chance to prove that I'm worth more than that damn ornithologist. It's ridiculous, really. And he gets a spot on the reserve and a bigger lab than I do. It's absurd, really. She's just kind of like muttering all of this as she goes along, or not muttering, saying all these things. She's very animated.
Ornithology, that's about birds and other creatures of the sort. Right.
Yes, except that this ornithologist is all about some mythical bird that pecks away at the mother of mountains. Isn't that ridiculous?
Well, why would you research mythical birds? I thought this was
Exactly.
real science.
That's my point. See, now you understand.
Yes, I suppose I do.
Anyways, who are you? She kind of like looks at Hamish for a second. I recognize the other one.
He's
He
yeah.
he like said, well, he's like,
Oh, I failed to, well, reintroduce myself. I'm not sure if you know the voice, but it is Hamish. Well, yes, it's me.
I'll pretend I... Oh, right, you were the captain. Yes, anyways, she continues going through. Yes, no, this man believes in mythological birds. It's a taint on our reserve, really. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, I've droned on long enough, but... She kind of like seems like she's about to stop, and then she's like, "But wait. It's completely illogical. The bird would have to have a beak harder than diamond to peck away at a mountain or something magical. Can you imagine a bird grinding a mountain down to dust? It's totally ridiculous."
Would have to be
Hamish
a
is
big
like-
bird.
Something with the occult. It's absurd. I mean, scribe spincers, sure, they're quite impressive, but they don't really have beaks. They're more of a
They
mask of some kind. Also, they're not really birds. I don't know much about
they aren't. I
You've
know
seen a
more than
scribe
I
spincer?
care to about them. Yes, I have.
Interesting. I hear they're good
Oh.
sources of bronzewood. Many sky captains
Well,
harvested it.
I didn't get much
Wanna keep
bronze
it
wood
going.
and more or less just got a lot of death out of it.
Interesting. She shrugs. Well, fair enough. Anyways, I'm sure this should be an interesting experience. So you reach the ship, and unless you have any other questions you'd like to ask her.
she the researcher, the mycologist, she seems like the type of lady to be a Santa denier. The ornithologist
Oh yeah.
is a Santa believer. Like he's like,
How can a man fly that quickly
Santa
across the
deniers.
world and deliver presents
Santa
to
enjoyer.
every good boy and girl? That's probably too many. And he's like,
Plus, the ornithologist
He
is
del-
even like he even looks like the Chad picture.
yeah.
He's got the beard.
yeah.
Bam. That's beautiful. But yeah, anyways. So you she eventually reaches the or you all eventually reach a ship, and mercifully nothing else happens, although you do start to notice fungus start to pop out from the various parts of the ship. It seems to have proliferated very quickly after it got to Leadbeater and Stainrod somehow.
Concerning.
Maybe something about the atmosphere here. Either way, the researcher is not foolish. She's not going to actively endanger everyone here. And so she will observe, as she promised, proper protocol, take some samples, bring them back to her lab, and ensure that the ship is towed away before doing so. And
Will we be paid?
after she's done so,
About
Asher is
that.
of course notified at least one point here, and he will have him be conversing with you outside of her, or not outside of her lab, inside of her lab or study, drinking some tea as she's busily working in the greenhouse. She's just taking the samples in, and he's speaking a bit with you. So you take a sugared biscuit as well as a cup of tea, which is of course masterfully brewed. It's kind of got a golden color to it, a sort of red gold color.
All right.
But anyways,
Ooh.
he rests his cane against the side of her desk as he assumes a seat there. Somewhat presumptuous, but well, you shrug. Well, I'm certainly very sorry about everything that's happened. Either way, I will, of course, make sure that your ship is paid for. And
You have nothing to apologize for. You weren't involved in any of this.
well, I nonetheless feel that somehow I feel somewhat guilty over it. But your ship will be replaced. The Crown, of course, reimburses its own.
Yes.
Of course, you'll have to go to New Winchester to do so, but we'll make arrangements.
All right.
Anyways,
I was bound for New Winchester anyhow, so it's no skin off my back.
he
And well, the
shrugs.
John Paul Jones, she was a good ship, but she was getting on in her years, I suppose. Well,
Either way, this should be a welcome upgrade. Well, I suppose not upgrade, but refurbishing. We're not made of money, you know. And he gives a thin smile and kind of his laugh isn't really quite much of a laugh. It's sort of just an exhale. You take a sip of the tea, and it's rather intense. A single sip, and you feel slightly dizzy. 2 sips, and you struggle to find your legs. A sense of pleasurably disconnected bonhomie lingers for a few hours after you speak with Davenport. He seems to be aware of this effect as he notices your dazed expressions after you take a sip of the tea for the first time. You
This
may
seems
want
to-
to take some biscuit and turn with that, otherwise it becomes rather difficult to keep down.
I grab a
It's
biscuit
quite amazing.
according to his instruction.
What is this stuff?
This is called Illutherian Gold. You're kind of
Have I
sort
heard
of
of
fine
this?
to use. Probably. It's not really like anything crazy, but actually no, you've got a pretty shady past. So you probably haven't spent a ton of time sipping tea and enjoying it. But yeah, you could roll luck, I guess. I don't know. Or roll education, actually. Education, yeah.
Or what about natural world or something?
If you
Education
want,
works for
education is
me.
a lot better than natural.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Oh yes.
Okay. Wait, what?
Why does it say, oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on extreme on accident,
Oh,
but
okay.
yes,
Yeah,
that
so
should be a
that's
normal
possible education.
success.
Yeah, so it's a tea from Eleutheria. You've heard of it. It's actually pretty rare. It's a slightly psychedelic tea that's beloved in Pan, especially. So you don't get much of it in Eagles Empyrean, but there's the occasional export.
Man, so we just got a light roofie.
Yep.
Cool.
It's a light one. It's okay.
I think we're just rolling up a blunt with him. Honestly, that's the way I
Not
see
exactly. It's not quite that powerful.
Oh,
I would do that with Davenport.
Asher's not gonna
Seems
be
like a
like,
cool guy.
"Cool, time to get high, boys."
yeah.
Really? That's what I thought his character was.
He's like,
I mean, he's like the Snoop Dogg of teas, but without the Snoop Dogg.
Chill, homie.
Okay.
So as Hamish fights off his wooziness from this,
His spiked
Illutherian
drink.
Gold. Yes, he
Not spiked.
he
It's all natural.
he like kind of like
looks at Davenport and is like, I must apologize for acting somewhat rashly when I learned my ship was compromised. I should have let the lady do her work, I suppose. I just wasn't thinking straight because of, well, I've already told you what I saw took place in Hybris.
He inclines his head, understandably.
Yes, we had to.
I
We
understand.
worried it could affect the colony, so.
For many Skyfarers, it's important to minimize loss of life.
Indeed.
It
That is a
tends to
sus way to say that out of character.
my world.
So,
The sky does not forgive.
what does the lady hope to learn from this fungus? To me, this fungus just seems another threat in the skies among hundreds of others. I mean, what good could it possibly be for us other than animating the dead and setting them against us?
He takes a sip of his tea, and his kind of thin half smile kind of goes to a line as he kind of like wrinkles his forehead as he kind of takes in the tea and then sets it back down. It's clear that he's certainly not as dazed as you are. Perhaps he's drunk much more of it, although he certainly seems to be a connoisseur. And he places it back down. I don't truthfully know, but presumably something is in it for the crown. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Well, I suppose if we do get paid, it's only fair. After all that trouble and losing one of our crew members. Well,
He nods
two
his head.
now.
Yes, you'll absolutely be paid. Once the
Right.
research is complete, depending on the results, we'll reimburse you at different levels, I suppose.
You have
If it
my
proves to be particularly valuable, then, well, we'll make sure that your service is rewarded. And if it proves to be far more trouble than it was worth, then we'll, of course, still make sure that your hard work pays off. And if it proves to be nothing, then all the same, the crown rewards its own.
you have my utter thanks.
No, you have mine. You're the ones who risked your lives here, after all.
Right.
Indeed.
No kiss.
Hamish nods solemnly. What?
What did you say?
Uh,
What
he
did Hayes
said-
say?
He said, "Now kiss."
No way!
Vine boom. Hamish accepts his reward.
Wait,
Gone,
let me see.
gone sexual.
Please,
Crown called.
Vine boom.
Stab that.
Now kiss. There we go. Perfect. That was
You
perfect
did it.
timing, right?
He's like, you did it, Hamish. You explained the FNAF lore. Jesse, the FNAF.
Okay. So anyways, did any of you guys have any other questions for Davenport amidst your tea? Maybe ask for some tea bags. I have no idea.
Hamish begins to slump, and like he
It's quite
seems to
relaxing for
welcome
you, Hamish.
the sedating nature of the tea, considering the fact that he's currently in constant pain. So he welcomes the fact that the tea is starting to knock him out. So he just kind of, and then he like rather unclassily begins to snore loudly as he drifts
Yeah,
off to
Davenport's
unconsciousness.
expression, like as this happens, kind of shifts from like, again, his sort of thin smile to a different expression. But it goes back to normal fairly quickly.
I guess Odd just sitting here watching his captain whack out.
What do you think of the tea?
He's seeing its effects. He's probably sipped it like lightly. It is interesting. I don't know if I care for the side effects.
Fair enough. You come from Eleutheria?
Yes,
That was the wrong voice. Interesting. And
from
do you
the
come from...
Khanate.
I see. What did you do in the Khanate?
Just found work while I could, much like today.
He kind of seems like he wants
Why?
to continue this line of questioning, but kind of pauses. I was merely curious. I have some friends in the Khanate. Was wondering if you would know them.
I don't know. It has been a while since I've been back.
He nods his head. I think that I talk too much for my line of work. And he does another one of his sort of slight exhale laughs. Anyways, if there's anything else I can help you with, I would be happy to. I hope you're also enjoying it. He motions to Hayes and Keen.
I think
Wait, we're
I don't-
here.
I believe so.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know where else you guys would be.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Keep all the players in one place, right?
Okay.
You're here now.
Yes, I believe that.
Any response from all of you?
It's just unconscious.
Snoring ambience.
Hayes hasn't really touched his little hat to drink with the bandages.
I see. I'm sorry. I should have found a more considerate option.
Certainly a fine tea.
Found that Skyfarers tend to enjoy this kind of drink, but I suppose I've misestimated. My apologies.
Yes,
We serve back in the ministry.
Yes, in any case, I imagine that the researcher will send you some kind of a note or associate once she's finished. Once that happens, she'll give you your payment. He nods his head.
Speaking of which, we should make sure that her gathering is. Should we make sure that she's okay? I don't know. She is a professional, but
I'd imagine she'll be fine, but if you insist, absolutely. May I have give one more petition to you all?
yes.
When she finishes her research, if you're going to New Winchester anyways, and of course we'll provide you with transport on one of our vessels, passenger vessel, could you keep the research for safekeeping, perhaps?
The samples.
No, the dossier.
What does that mean? Is that
The
a
files.
British word, just like files?
No, you don't know
That's a
dossier?
pretty common
I figured, but
yeah, it's basically a collection of files, and usually it's used in criminal investigations. But in this
I thought that was
scenario,
pronounced.
it means-
I've read that in books. I always thought that was pronounced
roasted,
dossier.
yo.
I mean, yeah, it's if you read it, there's absolutely no reason why you would think it'd be pronounced otherwise. But yes, it's
Yeah,
dossier.
it's worse than British. It's French.
I know,
Oh,
tragic. It's really
They're
sad stuff.
roasting
But yeah,
your ass in the private dossier.
but yes, what's your response?
well, that does not seem like it would be too hard to accommodate.
He nods his head. Unfortunately, things tend to be much more difficult than they seem usually when it comes to these sorts of matters. But
Fair.
if you accept that sort of risk, then we will reward you. for
Why
your
would it
transport.
be a risk? It is just research, right?
Well, depending on how the research goes, it may prove important to keep out of the hands of whomever.
Chemical weapon moment? Question mark.
Keen will
Fair.
nod slowly.
I mean, if you want to propose that. Oh wait, Hamish is asleep. But if one of the other people wants to propose that, then you can.
Does anyone else want to?
I don't know. You want to ask Asher if he's making a chemical weapon? Actually, it's not him.
I'm not
We've
going
working
to,
for.
but very well. We can carry it. Just we can be secretive about it, perhaps. I don't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rumors have that the marauders around here have connections with the Tackities. We wouldn't want either of those parties getting anything if the research proved to be dangerous.
Wait, what are the
Not-
Tackities? You were saying that
They're
earlier.
the
Tackities are the
rebels.
rebels.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Nor would we want to have anyone else outside of our ministry decide that they want to use it against such parties.
Of course. Yes. Yeah, we can keep that a secret. Get it to New Winchester.
Well, if you'd like to give your parting words to her, feel free. Otherwise, he nods his head. Thank you for your
Right.
service. We'll see you, I suppose, once this research is complete.
Yes. Well, I won't say it was a pleasure doing business with you, but thank you.
And should I call on you again if anything else, if we ever have any other contracts, or would you prefer us to?
That is up to the point to the sleeping Hamish. It is up to the captain to decide, but I suppose he will probably say yes.
You should be able to wake up if you give him a gentle prod.
I poke Hamish.
The spot you
luck.
poke. No, the spot you poke, he like grips it. He's like,
Agony, pain.
I'm rolling luck.
Oh,
Okay.
he like.
Why is
he
it
like,
saying my luck is 3? It's 19. It's 19.
Okay. Okay.
Well-
Oh, it's because you have it set to extreme right now on your character sheet. If you look at the top.
Oh,
part
I
of your character
see.
sheet- Yeah, switch it to regular or verbose.
Okay, that's still a fail though.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
that's an appropriate reaction. But anyways,
he wakes up and he's in pain. He's like,
Hamish, what do you?
I'm sorry. It seems I've drifted off into slumber. Did I miss anything?
Not too much. We're being paid to take a research dossier on these mushrooms to New Winchester while we go to claim our new ship. And
Well,
our friend here was asking if he could call us for future jobs if needed.
of
Figure out what
course,
we
of
up to you.
course. Right. One question. Who are we to bring the dossier to?
Just bring it to New Winchester. I'll give you a voucher for your new ship.
All right then. So just bring it to New Winchester.
Whoever you hand it to, hand them the research as well. There should be at least one agent in New Winchester that we may be able to telegram.
Okay then. We'll meet up with that agent then. Of course, you can call us whenever you like. We would prefer a job less risky, but I understand if
Sorry, I
duty
meant
calls.
to say contact with a bat, not telegram.
Right. I understand if duty calls, so of course we're always available for whatever tasks you require.
I merely prefer to keep things within a circle to maintain
All right.
confidentiality.
Okay. I understand.
Fair.
Always stand ready to receive new jobs, and in fact, that might be very soon, considering the fact that I honestly can't think of many new jobs I've had on my mind right now after this one.
Well, then I will contact you if anything does happen.
Okay, well, we'll first focus on delivering this dossier. Again,
Nods his
thanks
head.
for your.
Yes.
So,
All right.
will that be all then?
He nods his head. Gives you
I sup-
another thin smile. It
I
is a
suppose-
characteristic mark on his face.
Yes. I suppose out of morbid curiosity, I'd like to know what that Burroughs lady has discerned from this morbid work.
Well, I would say she's barely begun, but ask away if you'd like to.
Right. Actually, we'll probably wait
I'll be off.
a day or so. One last thing.
You hear
You
kind of an
would-
aha from over in the greenhouse.
Right. One last thing. Would you rather us avoid looking at the contents of this dossier?
He nods his head.
Very well. We
And
will.
to be clear, I thought that was implied, but to be clear, there will be repercussions if any of that information does get out while it's under.
All
your
right.
watch.
Yes, of course. Now, I'll just make sure that no one pries at that thing. It'll be in my hands. And
Is that a
Oh,
truthful claim?
Yes. Hamish does not want to try anything funny.
Okay.
He is running through a list of likely suspects as to who might want to try and like,
maybe keep it out of that Rutledge's hands. Rutledge, he likes that. He asks too many
Thinking about his
questions sometimes.
Yeah, he's wondering which crewmates are suspicious enough to look at this dossier.
I see.
Yeah.
I guess again we'll go with the out of game finally, so that we stop having Davenport say one more thing. Do you guys want to give any final mentions to the researcher or Davenport, or are you good?
No,
I'm good, I think.
really on my part. Yeah.
They've got nothing to say.
Okay. All right, then you all head out. I guess you wave your goodbyes.
No, I don't.
And
wave goodbye.
I gather up my remaining crew, and I'm just like, hey,
Time to
it's
wait.
me, Hamish, while probably unsettling the shit out of them. But yes, I will gather them up and then have them follow us to the provided transport to head to New Winchester.
Okay. So yeah, the provided transport's not there yet, of course, because you want to wait to get your payment, right?
Oh yeah, we'll wait for the payment, of course.
Well,
No,
that's
we
so
wait
much
for the
easier.
yes.
You know, we do it out of the goodness of our heart.
Yeah, so we'll say that your improvement checks basically happen during this downtime. So, for example, maybe Hamish, you do some self-reflection on the accuracy of rifles.
Yes.
And
by the way, should I
don't know. I don't
uncheck
remember what
those once?
oh yes, after you improve them, you should absolutely uncheck them.
And we already did that during our little one-on-one, right? So
yeah, so everyone should be set. The only people that should be checking any more skills are people who succeeded on using a skill this session.
I need
so
to
in
uncheck
Adja
a
and
skill,
Hamish,
maybe?
yeah, you're gonna uncheck all of your skills that you didn't already uncheck.
Have I
and then-
succeeded anything today?
Yeah, spot hidden.
Oh,
yes, I succeeded my spot hidden.
And Hayes succeeded on a fast talk roll, and Hamish also succeeded on spot hidden.
Yeah.
And then Keen,
True.
you succeeded on the listen roll. But yeah, we're not counting those right now.
Right.
Those will be for whatever next downtime you have. So you spend about a couple weeks in the reserve.
I guess I'll just talk to crewmates every once in a while and be like, I'll just ask Morris, my gunnery man, one question. It's like,
Mhm.
So, you didn't happen to send any bad news to my missus, did you? It would be rather awkward if she heard news of my death and, well, I'm evidently
well-
not dead.
Well, you did write it in your will.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, next time we find a bat, we'll tell her, bureaucratic error, your husband's actually alive, and mild disfigured, but in one piece.
I see. Perhaps you'll be the one to write that then, Captain?
Right. Just make the preparations for sending it. I will
Yes. You should probably also write one for the, Wellington.
Oh, right. He has a wife?
Well, no, but he's got children in Carillon. They work for the
Oh.
devils as some sort of servants.
Oh, what? That's rather grim. Wellington never
sounds
told
grim.
me about that.
Oh, really? Well, he's actually rather proud of it sometimes.
Hamish looks like a
Interesting.
little sad, and he's like,
Oh. Well, his children will know of their father's fate, and we'll spare them the details of his passing, though. It's probably
He
for
nods
the
his head.
best. Although they do work for devils, I don't know. I mean, who knows what they've seen? Whatever.
Well, I think it's more of the sort of psychological soul aspect of things if you've ever been to Carillon, but yeah.
I wonder what sort of work that entails.
Mostly attending things, I think. Never been there myself. I hear a lot of sky captains like to go.
Strange.
Don't know it very well.
Devils are a strange lot. Did I tell you about how I ran into one during my journey to the reserve?
Yes, Captain, about 3 times now.
Yes, yes. It was a decent enough that. Devils has such a negative connotation.
Yeah, Aja has a bit of a...
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still a follower of the Lord's laws, but, maybe even devils can be forgiven, perhaps. Who knows? I'm not a theologist. Maybe I should be. I saw things after my death. Whatever. Okay. Back to walking about in agony.
Okay, all right. Any last
What a lad.
grunts or moans before we finish the time skip?
If you need a bat to send that letter, I'd be happy to.
So for
yes,
lend a hand
I
with
will,
that.
I will enlist the aid of Keen, sending the
Yes.
undead letter. Like it's like really easily written. But yeah.
And you see Keen attend to his
Uh,
pet bat
I'll
as he
I'll
attaches
just
the
write
letter.
in my scraggly handwriting. Hello, sorry, not actually dead. Pranksters sent my will. Ignore last message. I'm alive. Much love to you and my sons. Hamish. There we go.
You'll
Is
see.
that actually what you're gonna write?
No, it's like he's like saying it to himself as an outline, but the actual letter is like a full hey, I'm not actually dead. But he will say pranksters sent my final will and testament.
Some rapscallions.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? You get you're it's you faint because and then the next day it's oh
You
so
should
it
probably
seems
give her a visit. Where does she live?
Port Avon.
Oh goodness. Well, that's technically
Is that
not-
in London?
No, Port Avon. Wait, you've never been to Port?
I don't know if I have.
That's like my favorite port.
Oh, is that the one that requires you to be friendly to them?
Yes, that's the
Oh,
one
I
where
hate that
some-
port. Yeah.
You someone dares to venture their actual opinion of the weather. Yeah, I love that port. That's like my favorite one. Mostly
Your
'cause I always
welcome
carry
runs
a
thin.
shitload of tea around. Oh yeah. I mean, hey, but they had really cheap fuel and really cheap repairs, which I always
That's
like.
true. But your welcome runs thin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Also, it was next to Trader's Wood, which would always fuck me over. So, anyways, so yeah, you send out that you send a letter of regret to, I assume, Wellington's family. Your messages are becoming somewhat rote.
Sad.
Yes.
Keen will tell the message to his own
Wellington
pet bat, who
died
is very pampered.
heroically
Yes.
in
We'll
a
tell it
line
to
of.
his pet
Is
bat.
a bat like chubby and like?
I think you should. I
thick?
think you should.
Oh, a
describe
little
it.
bit.
Describe your bat.
I
Describe
think,
your bat.
I think you should say the name of the bat too.
Oh, what did I write for that?
Let's throw
Oh, where is
emotionally
this?
attached so Aiden can kill it off and cause us immense pain.
Woo.
Did it not save the bat? Oh my god.
Oh
No.
my god,
no.
did it not? Okay, well, it's
Oh.
called Queenie.
Yes, well, Queenie the little bat is going to go off and send your message to, albeit a bit reluctantly, to leave her little pampered cage, but she'll go off and send your message, I'm sure.
Cool.
Yes. Okay, so it sends the message to presumably both places, and we'll say maybe it returns by the. Actually, bats don't fly that fast. Actually, they kind of fly pretty fast.
Queenie
It might
a little bit slower, but
Roll luck.
Bats are stupid.
Roll luck.
yeah, sure.
We'll go a hard success for it to return.
Bat check. Bat check.
Where is luck?
Bat
Let's
check.
go,
Bat check.
bat check.
Okay,
Oh,
no dice. So it does not return in time.
Imagine having less than 50 luck.
So the time we'll skip through time, and eventually it's actually like nighttime. You guys are kind of doing whatever sailors do at night. You know, hit the bar, have some good stuff. There's another shipment of cinders coming out pretty soon, so there's a couple other sailors at the bar this time around. But you're surprised that sorry.
Sorry, we're doing improvement rolls right now.
No, we're
No,
not.
not yet.
We already did those,
Okay.
didn't we? Did you not do yours before? We're gonna do improvement. The improvements from this session are gonna happen like whenever the next down.
Oh, okay.
Goes. But yeah, we're just skinning that time skip as
All right.
the time when you improved. So yeah, you guys are all like sitting around shooting the shit. For some reason, Shay hasn't shown up yet. He's kind of just been like doing whatever you imagine throughout this whole time. We'll kind of resolve that just because I feel like if the first time Hamish sees Shay, he probably would have like done a number on him. So I'll talk to Leo and figure out make an excuse for Shay to not be there. But yeah, so you're sitting there, and eventually a courier comes in. It looks like a research associate, probably some intern who clearly doesn't enjoy the duty of being relegated to just a courier instead of actually, associating with research. I've got a message for some Captain Hamish. He says into the bar.
That'd be me.
I raised my arm.
He hands it to you. It's from one of the researchers. Burroughs.
I open it and I read it.
Okay. He gives you kind of a salute as he steps away. Yeah. So the
Thank you.
note just says very simply, research is finished. I have your pay. And then it's signed by Miss Burroughs.
All right, I like beckon
It's
my
like very
my
very hasty scrawling.
doctor's handwriting.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. You imagine whatever's on the dossier is probably illegible.
Big gold tier.
Yeah.
I'll beckon my crew to follow so that we may receive our pay.
Yep. Researchers like to burn
Let's
the midnight
go.
oil,
Money.
and unfortunately, it is quite cold right around now. There is, of course, no day-night cycle in the Reach. It's simply what people would refer to as night, the time when most people sleep. So it's kind of actually much closer to almost a daytime right now, but everyone is currently sleeping. There is still clocks, but of course, since there's no sun, there's no rotation, there's no day-night. I probably should just clarify that for everyone right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you all make it over to the study of mycologist Burroughs. So once again, you reach the study of mycologist Burroughs. Her cabin is away from most of the main laboratories on a little hillock overlooking the swamps of the reserve, with a fungal greenhouse to its left. I'm giving you again the description, and I don't care if you've heard it twice already. The panes upon it shine iridescent, both from the reflecting starlight within as well as the various glass-bound fungal excrescences, and beside the greenhouse rests an empty wheelbarrow. The bronzewood door gleams invitingly, evidently freshly waxed.
Well, it sounds like we have something to, or at least you guys have something to discover.
Yes.
Yep.
I will approach
Discover?
the door and, well, no, it's just us getting money. I don't think there's much to discover, there.
Discover cash. Woo.
Discover money. I will knock on the door and say, "This is Hamish and his crew. We've come to receive the promised pay."
Yeah, so you don't hear any response. You hear a tea kettle whistling from inside, actually. So there's not really any response. Presumably, someone's in the middle of tea making out here. But yeah, the door seems inviting enough.
I'll just let myself in. I'm going to open the door, kind of look
Okay.
around inside.
Yeah, so you all open the door and look about inside.
Dr. Burrows, I kind of call.
You didn't let me even say. She might be standing right there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You're like automatically assuming the worst.
I'm
she is not
assuming
actually
the
Dead on the spot.
No, she is not actually in her study right now. So it looks to be in the middle of finishing a research project. Sorry, one second. There we go. So it looks to be in the middle of finishing a research project. And the dossier is, however, nowhere to be seen. The kettle continues to whistle from over in the greenhouse.
I think someone should go turn that off. That sounds concerning. It's stressing me out. It's stressing me out. Turn it off. Someone.
I can get it. I
Yes.
will go
Thank you.
turn off the tea.
Okay, so you head over there and stepping into the green-tinted fungal greenhouse, the kettle shrieks from the burners to your left. Nope, stopping. Keep whistling. Thank you. Yet something is off, as lying directly below it, still oozing dark red, lies the figure of Dr. Lillian Burrows.
See, I was
Across the
correct to
room.
assume the worst.
You
I
see
guess
a
I'll
figure
shout.
clad in total blackness as you hear a scuffle of steps. Every part of them is obscured by a thick, dark coat and black leather gloves. Can I have you guys roll spot hidden?
Dear God.
They. Oh, what was that?
Fail.
Okay.
Fail. We
Uh,
found the man
okay, 2
behind the
failures.
slaughter.
Who is titled as the CEO of racism?
That's me.
Okay, so that's a success from your end. Okay, and 1, 2,
Oh yeah,
3.
I have still spot
Hamish.
hidden.
Wait, no, you rolled yours. Ajay, you didn't roll yours. Okay. And he's holding they are holding an ivory handled knife, still dripping in blood.
Do I still have that revolver?
Paper. Probably not. You've probably returned it by now.
Yeah.
It seems, as they pause. They then unhinge the greenhouse window and start climbing as you all shoot across the room.
Get back here.
So, chase time. Everyone but Shay is, of course, here, but that's fine because Shay's actually, his constitution meant that he would be out of the chase right now. Keen, you are first.
I guess I'll take a shot. He'll pull a
So you're
handgun.
Okay, you're gonna use one movement action, pull out your handgun, and then.
Yeah, and then I guess 2 to shoot.
Okay, so you can roll your attack then.
That's going to be Does this actually roll?
This guy looks like the
Nope.
most British.
Oh, it does.
bad
Okay,
guy.
cool.
Like
Yeah, this is
with the
the
top hat.
villainy. This is the generic villainy thing. Why'd you roll it twice? You get one.
Do I get to
The
make 2
first
attacks with my other 2, or?
Oh, are you using the multi-attack thing?
Oh, I thought I could use both my other actions to attack.
No.
Okay.
Not quite. You can use them to move, basically. So
Okay.
if you were to move, you would move faster than everyone else.
Okay. I guess we'll just take the shot. Take a shot then.
All right, so you take the shot, and it whizzes past. So Keen pulls out a rather sizable pistol, in fact. And the shot continues to clamber out of the door. Hayes,
Right. So
spend your turn to move. As you can see, your token is on this space, so you could move forward one space, and then you would be on the same space, which there are.
yeah.
To make that a
Okay.
success, yes. So you avoid smacking into the fungus around the greenhouse and rush up to the figure, clad in all leather, or all black rather. It's your turn. Do you want to attack him or something?
Oh, can I? I'm right next to him.
Yeah, you managed to make it up to the window just as he's getting out, so you might be able to like slash at his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to get rid of his knife.
Okay.
So attack roll, fighting, whatever.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. So you managed to strike his hand, but he ensures that it's not his knife hand. Kind of blocks it. I keep saying he. It should be they. The code is too thick to obscure them, or too thick to visibly see them. So roll your damage.
Damage for that is. What's the damage for the knife?
Probably since it's a large knife, it could be 1d6.
Okay.
Plus your damage bonus. Oh, the tea kettle's going. You want to take that
I thought
off,
it was
Badger?
part of the music. I'm like, whoa, that's a cool integration of previous noises.
Badger, do you want to take the tea kettle
5.
off, or are you just gonna?
Yeah, probably turn the burner off before I start running after him.
Okay, how proper? How gentlemanly?
Well, don't want to burn down the place.
Okay. So roll 1d6 then.
5.
Oh, okay. By the way, you can just type in /roll 1d
Oh,
or
okay.
d6
Alright.
into roll 20. Okay, so 5. So you slash at the hand, and the figure recoils their hand, and you see them. They're forced to relinquish their grip on the window, and they tumble down, and see them smack to the ground. So they smack to the ground over there and continue running. Bam. 1 movement actions, blah blah. 2. Okay, yeah. 1 2. So then, next up, Aja.
All right. So I have 2 movement actions, so I can move up 2 thingies, right?
Yes, you can move up 2 spaces, and we'll say that you turning the burner off doesn't count as an action of any kind.
Yeah, just flip that, and then they ran out through like the window or something.
Yes, you're
Through the
gonna have
window.
Yep, through the window.
Through the window I go then.
All right, so you're gonna need to roll dex to avoid hitting all the fungus around the greenhouse.
Good thing I'm very dexterous. I am.
Ooh, nice. So you managed to push past without any trouble, and you're gonna take 2 movement actions.
Yes.
Okay. And then can I have you roll climb to get out from the window or tumble down? Climb or jump or some other skill if you can think of it.
Let's see. Climb. Which one's my tumble down?
And
Where's
climb with
tumble
a
down?
bonus dice. There's no tumble like skill. I'm just saying
Oh.
either you can make a climb check or you can just smack the ground and say fuck it.
We're gonna try to climb down with
Okay.
the bonus
Make it
die.
with yes, with a bonus dice because it's not that far of a climb. And bonus. Ah, what a shame. Okay,
Bit of a fail there.
So you smack to the ground as you like stumble. /roll 1d4. Oh, /roll d4. I can't roll this for some reason. And you take 3 damage as you hit the ground, and your breath is knocked out of you. You tumble down onto the hillock as you see the figure running towards the fence.
Hold up. I assume I
reserve.
shouldn't be at 2 hit points anymore.
No, you should be back to full. Hamish, it is your turn.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I'm almost up.
So I have 2 movement actions. Can I just like move twice, like forward and then through the window?
Yep,
And do I have
so you
to
can-
roll that?
Yes,
climb
you're
check
also going to need to roll
as
dex
well?
and climb. Yes.
Okay, so first dex. Success.
Nice. No one has had a problem with hitting into fungus yet. And then climb.
All right. Now let me
With a bonus.
climb with a bonus.
Yep.
Hold on.
The
What
ivory
the fuck?
handled knife
Okay.
glints in the starlight as he runs amidst.
So
strange,
take the
almost
L.
day-like sky. Okay, so you smack to the ground / roll d4, taking 1 damage.
All right. Okay.
And
So yeah,
yep.
that's it, I guess, from me.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that's it for you. And then from there, what's it called? Keen. It's your turn.
Okay. So if I attack, how many moves can I take a move? Or
Yeah, you can.
okay. So I
You
guess
can
I'll.
spend 1 movement action to make your 1 attack per round. You can only attack once.
Okay.
And you can, of course, since your gun has the function, you can also shoot multiple
Yeah.
bullets, but you'll have a penalty too.
So that gives me a penalty dice for each bullet.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I will take 1 move towards him.
Okay.
Um.
So you're gonna take 1 move. You're gonna need to
1
climb out
move
the window.
Yep. Climb out the window. So I will climb. Oh, not well though.
Okay. Make a bonus dice though. Bonus.
Oh.
bonus.
Okay. Well,
No,
it-
you rolled a bonus.
Oh,
Okay, not that many.
okay,
So yeah, you still fail.
I clicked it once and it all appeared at the same time. So
Okay, strange. So you hit the ground and take 3 damage. I guess having those extra
Cool.
points in your climb skill doesn't do much for you.
yeah.
Like breathlessly smack into the ground and tumble down. So Keen, you manage to pick yourself up, and you can see the figure running away down the hillock.
Okay, can I make another move towards him? How close would that put me?
That would put you just about next to him.
Okay.
So you can catch up to him. I keep saying him. It should be them.
um,
I like
and
how
then-
my default for like unknown person is him. I feel like I need to re-examine my personal bias.
and then I guess I will take my 3 attacks on my handgun
so
each
you're
with
just
the penalty.
fire out just bam, bam, bam. All right, so roll the 3 with penalty dice.
Okay.
And then- Ooh, what's your malfunction?
I think it's 100.
I think that might be correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you specifically chose it because you didn't want a malfunction of anything other than 100. Okay.
Yep. No dice.
So, no dice at all. No. So you fire off the shots, and they just kind of fly. They fly past. You guys see him fire out a barrage from what appears to be a rather fast-firing pistol. And next up, Hayes. So yeah, you guys are right next to the fence right now. Hayes, not Hamish.
Oh,
all right.
so I'm kind of
We're all
like
just piling after this dude.
I'm still hanging out of the window, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to pretty much just jump down to the guy below, and
Okay.
kind of
So roll jump then.
right. Where we are. Oh, 20?
Should have a bonus dice. There you go, 9. So hard success. So you jump down to the ground. Some practice legs.
Wait, I got 59.
Yeah, but you should have a bonus dice, which I just rolled for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
So you jump down, you hit the ground. Basically, because it's not like a huge like 1-story fall. It's just jumping out of a window, which is of course always difficult to do. So you managed to hit the ground, and that's one movement action. You want to spend your second to reach the fence?
Yeah.
Okay. So you reached up to the fence, and then the figure vaults over the fence, managing to clear it with relative ease. It's a low fence, and pushes onwards.
Jeez, he's fast.
Sorry, should be here. So they start to push past, push out of the hillock, and after passing the fence, they enter the reserve proper itself, and start to disappear within the greenery. It looks like you'll need to be fast if you want to catch up with them and not lose them in the amidst the trees. So who's next? Let's see. Aja.
Alrighty, so we just get caught among lost trees. They're tree. I only have 2 movement actions, so there's not a ton I can do, really.
Well, you can keep catching up, yes,
Yeah.
in case one of them stumbles.
Are there any more hazards in front of me?
Well, there's the fence. Why do I keep drawing things? I keep like selecting the wrong thing. Sorry, it actually should be here. I've goofed.
Okay, then that makes more sense. I will move up to it once, I guess, at first. Just dash at him, try to get him
Okay.
before he can get lost amongst
And then clear the fence.
the bushes. Yes, clearing the fence. That's Dex jump.
It could be jump, climb, something else creative if you want to like break the fence or something.
That would help the rest of us.
That sounds like
Same.
I might have to pay someone, so I don't.
Wrong
Well,
choice,
Someone
Bucky.
catch a murderer.
How flimsy is this fence looking, or not flimsy?
It looks like a strong hit could break it. It may take 2 such hits though.
How many people are already past the fence? Sorry.
Nobody, only that guy.
Okay. Then I guess I can just move up to the fence and try to like crash through it.
Okay, so roll your
strength?
well, I mean it's a fence, you can't miss it. So, or actually, yeah, roll strength. Sure, we'll do that. Okay. Do you want to luck that?
I'm gonna luck that. Yeah.
Okay. Roll your unarmed damage.
What is my unarmed damage? Is that just D4?
I'm not sure. Go to combat. Your damage bonus is 0, so your damage is
Uh-oh.
What?
I think 1. Yeah, or 1d4 if you. No, I'll give you 1d4. I think it should be 1, but since it's an inanimate fence.
4.
Okay. 4. So you smash into it, and it doesn't quite yield, but the fence splinters. Any other hit will probably just take it out. Maybe, I don't know, you shout at everyone to break the fence down. One more hit. I don't know. What does Aja say?
Just like, come on, let's get through.
The figure just continues to rush through the trees, their coat kind of trailing through the wind, without a second glance back.
Is that all my actions, or?
Yes, that's gonna be
Alrighty.
it. Yeah, so their knife glints in the starlight, as I've mentioned. Hamish, it's your turn.
So I'll just trying to break down the fence.
Yep.
I will help him. Can I also roll strength?
Okay, so you run over and roll strength. Yes.
Okay. Hard success.
Okay. So roll 1d4 plus your damage bonus.
Okay.
Actually, 1d4 plus 1 plus your damage bonus, we'll say.
And my damage bonus is like
0.
Oh shit, sorry, didn't mean to roll that. Ignore that.
0. You can go to
it's
combat.
0.
One of your things is damage bonus.
3.
Okay. 3. So you smash the fence to splinters. You want to describe it? It's a low.
I'll just kind of be like stand aside with Aja and just kind of like kick it with my leg and just like knock it down like that.
I'm not useless.
Yeah.
So you smash it and
mhm.
knock it to the side.
Yes, and I will run through and pursue him unless I I can't take
Yeah,
a
you're
movement.
out of
action.
actions. Yeah. So you run
Okay.
through and you shout like, I don't know, go, move it, as you pause to catch your
After
breath.
him, I yell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keen, Hayes. Keen's turn.
I guess I'm moving towards again.
Okay. So you're gonna move up twice, 3 times?
Yeah, twice.
Okay. So you move up twice, and the figure pulls back some branches and whips them back towards you. Can you roll dodge?
Okay.
Okay. So as you crash into the reserve trees, the
luck.
Sure, I'll let it go.
Oh, am I
okay,
allowed
so
to
you
luck that? I should be able to, right?
I think so. Sometimes no, but I'll let this one go at least. So you managed to just barely duck under them. You luckily actually slip on something as you're trying to dodge, which makes it so that you hit the ground faster and
Fail
quickly pick yourself
forwards,
back up as
lads.
the branch swings itself over. And you manage to
I'll take
catch
it.
up with the figure again. You still do technically have one more movement action left.
What is my unarmed? Where is that?
Are you out of a magazine?
Brawl. Ooh, that is bad. I'm just gonna take a single shot.
Okay.
Running low
One
on
shot?
bullets. Yeah.
Fire. No dice. Not a good day for
Literally
handguns.
not a single die.
Yep. Not a good day for handguns. The shot goes wide as another gunshot bangs out in the night's, or I guess not night, in the sky. And with that, Hayes, it's your turn.
How are we looking in terms of bystander?
There's no one here. It's
Okay,
like
cool.
deserted. This is very isolated in the reserve, which is likely part of why she was wanting a little upgrade there, as far as her little study goes. So Hayes, what's your plan, Mr. Jonah Hayes? Hayes Jonah. You there?
Hona Jays.
Maybe his mic's broken. That would be tragic.
Is your mic working? Oh.
Maybe he's AFK. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Mike, bro, I don't know what happened to him. We
It's kind
gotta
of a problem because the
summon
next
him back.
person in order is the figure. So
Quick, everyone, sacrifice your goat.
we will do this. Aja,
My goat. No.
you will trade turns with Hayes.
Alrighty. I will take the turn. Well, I will crash through that newly broken fence after there's a figure. 1.
Yep. 1.
And then 2 to catch up to him, or can I just attack from here? I don't know.
You cannot attack from here. No, you have to be on the same movement space. But
1,
you could try to improvise something. You could maybe
2.
I don't know.
Just like
be
sprint up
creative
and come
when you're-
abreast with him.
Okay.
I suppose.
Yeah. I'm just gonna encourage you guys out of game. Be creative with how you try to stop people. This guy's using the environment to their advantage. You can try to as well. So you reach the man and or not man. You reach the figure. the song is called That Man.
Just be like you can't run. Stop, we've got you. Hopefully.
It doesn't respond.
It's moved from he to they to it.
Continues onwards as they round a sharp bend, and you crash through the trees, trying to make sure that you keep up with the footsteps despite the poor visibility, and try to turn that bend as well. You can try to roll listen to spot hidden to follow them.
I'll roll listen.
Okay.
Maybe I can make a single roll today.
I mean, you already made one listen roll.
Oh.
Okay. So you managed to determine where they are. You can point it out to Aja if you want.
I'll silently hold out a hand, just like in the direction.
Okay.
And
you point out.
Yep.
Fair enough. So very good. Then
away we go.
Next up is going to be let's see. Well, I guess also not Hayes. Hayes, are you back?
Is he back? Let me see.
Sorry?
Not good. Oh, you're here.
I'm
I am
getting-
here.
We missed. Yeah, we missed your turn.
Oh.
Okay, it's your turn.
All right.
We switched it with Odges because you like were AFK or something.
Yeah. So we have not caught him yet. That's a problem.
That's one way to put it.
So I'm pretty far behind, and I don't have any.
Improvise. Or go back. You could try to make sure that the researcher's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be.
Decisions.
I don't think. I think I'm gonna be.
You could climb in through the window if you want, or you can walk around to the
I'll just.
door. With a bonus, kind of hitches on the windowsill, and you're forced to kind of disengage and move back as you kind of fall and tumble through the window onto the floor of the greenhouse. Can you roll luck?
Luck. There we go.
What was it?
23.
Okay, success. But you managed to avoid smacking into any of the mushrooms around here or any of the greenhouse parts. Luckily, you don't see any abundance of purple mushrooms here, which is a blessing, really. You've had enough of those to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
And to end a few, too. So, Hamish, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. So, is he kind of obscured from my line of sight right now?
He's in the reserve. He's rounded some corners. Or they're in the reserve. They've rounded some corners, and you're probably gonna have to. You can barely see Aja and Keen through the branches. You might be able to shout at them to ask where they are, or catch up to them and ask where the guy went.
Yeah, I'll just move up and I'll be like, "Where'd they go?"
1, 2.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
roleplay.
be like-
Are you just gonna be like, "Where'd they go?"
Yeah. No, I'll ask, "Where did he run off to?"
So
Where did he run off to?
To Keen?
Yes,
Sure.
to Keen and Aja. Just to them generally.
Keen will point over and I mean, technically he's moving right now and just keep going. But
Yeah, he's like running. He's like that way.
Okay. Well, let me think about how we might do this. We have to actually consider like a more nuanced way of dragging him out. But the problem is he's like in there, you know. I have a dumb plan. Okay. I'll just lean over to Aja and Keen and be like, "I don't know if this will work, but I'll try it. Oh boy! Looks like we can't find him, boys. Guess we're just gonna have to leave this place and tell the authorities. It's a crying shame. Crying shame."
Aja, you hear the sound of a surging river somewhere further ahead.
That
amidst the vines.
sounds like there's a river ahead. Perhaps that will cut him off. We could still find him.
You're right.
John, could you roll luck?
Okay, roll luck. All right. But I have 0.
Okay, right. I forgot about that. So you kind of like wait a second and don't. So how are you going to try to execute this plan? Because I'm curious.
Okay. What I'll do is, we'll walk forward into the forest, feign ignorance of his presence, assuming he's run off, but I will make spot hidden checks to see if he like makes any sudden movements to try and get away from us, and then I will silently alert the other two people adjacent to me to go after him, and then maybe we can get the jump on him by them. We can get the jump on them by pretending that we don't know that they are there.
Yeah, but you can't see them from here. They rounded a sharp bend.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll just advance deeper into the forest
Yep.
Okay.
around the sharp
I
bend.
agree with this.
And then you're gonna try to execute your plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what's it called? Keen.
Okay. Move.
Okay, so
Well, I guess-
you pursue the person, and you manage to catch up to them. Ahead of you is a surging river, cutting through the verdant greenery, vines hanging low above it.
Okay.
And you hear kind of somewhat heavy breathing from the figure. But of course,
Is there like
it's
one way
difficult to
left
hear
or
as
right,
the
which I
river
could
is disturbing.
cut him off?
Well, you could try to get across the river before they do.
Are they already like trying to cross, or?
No, neither of you guys have reached the river yet. It's
Okay.
about here-ish. Actually, sorry, which space is this? 1, 2, 3. It is right here.
Okay.
But yeah, you do still have an extra.
Have I used one move?
You've
Can I
used two.
use? I've used 2. Okay.
1, 2.
Yeah. Well, I can't miss one more time. Literally
No way.
impossible.
No
Yeah,
way.
of course,
Literally
of course.
No way.
impossible.
There we go. All right.
Yeah,
roll your
baby.
damage.
Damage
Should
is
have
only
wanted.
10. And would you look at that? A 9 to the noggin.
He's just dead.
Let me see. How much damage?
Not
has
necessarily.
Stefan taken?
If he's
That's
some
9.
freakazoid who can
I
sustain
mean, if there was
a lot
more
of things.
damage, 9 is like normal people have 10. Didn't they get hit by someone else at some point? Oh right, yeah, Hayes.
Hayes stabbed him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Clutch
Okay.
stab about to happen.
So you fire off the shot, and it rips through the figure's coat and stops them in their tracks for a second. And you see them kind of like stumble for a second, and then they their body kind of like twists for a second, and it almost seems like their body kind of bulges, maybe grows bigger even a little bit, and then they pick themselves up and continue running.
No, what?
Against all odds. And can I have
Wow.
you roll a sanity check for that, Keen? It's not gonna be big.
Okay.
Sanity, 0 or like 1. Okay. Slash
Yes.
roll 1d2. You lose 2 sanity.
Great.
For seeing someone survive being shot directly in the back.
Okay. And this is like a blow that looks like it would normally
Yes, it
be
should
extremely
absolutely
lethal.
kill this person.
Okay.
Yes, he's already taken 5 damage. This would be 14 hit points. I don't think any of you guys would survive that except for maybe like Shay, who's like built. No, that's exactly how much hit points Shay has. I was gonna say Shay's like built like a tank, but I guess not.
So
that
even
tank.
someone who's built like a tank would not survive this. Interesting.
Jay wouldn't get
Well-
shot in the first place, though. He's got unnatural luck. That
I don't
man.
know about that one.
Or you could consider it really bad or really good, depending on how you look at it.
So Hayes, what are you gonna do?
Right, so I'm going to, well, I don't know any of this, so I'm going to head back around through the proper entrance of the building and
Yep.
try to examine the mycologist's injuries.
Okay, so roll first aid.
First aid. Oh, okay, roll's not great.
What is it?
62 out of 30.
Okay, do you want to spend some luck or maybe push it?
I think I will.
Yeah, you guys have been forgetting about pushing roll.
You're just inspecting her, so I don't think there's too much risk in pushing it. Well, don't quote me on that.
Well,
I don't.
you-
Unless she
sitting
comes
in a
back as a
fungal
mushroom
greenhouse.
zombie and eats you. That'd be
and
pretty funny.
I would like
There is a kettle of boiling water, so
I would like to try to
it's possibly
save her if it's
Mhm.
at all possible. So Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
All right. What do we got for the push?
So I just roll again normally?
Yeah.
Okay.
But there will be more severe consequences if you fail.
Oh.
You cannot luck push rules. I'm sorry. That's so close. You try to help her, but as you do so, you accidentally knock into some of the fungus around here,
Oh no.
and it
Oh,
lets out
God.
a puff and kind of smacks onto the ground. It's not the purple fungus.
Okay.
You're in luck.
Okay.
And you kind of have to stumble back as the fungal powder kind of coats the researcher's side. You imagine this may make some problems for evidence as the blood kind of seems to get absorbed, almost like if you've seen like the instant snow stuff. Some of the blood around her starts to get absorbed like that.
Hmm.
Well,
It may make the investigation further a bit trickier.
did I at least manage to determine whether she was alive or dead?
Oh yeah, she seems to be dead.
Okay.
It looks like she received a pretty nasty stab. Somewhere in the back.
Imagine dying. Could not be
Cringe.
me.
Yeah.
Really seems like kind of a misplay.
Suboptimal.
Okay. So, in the meantime, the figure will continue running past you and will run up to the river, and they're kind of running. They're running very fast now, faster than they were before. Keen, you note, and they jump over the river with one absolutely incredible, an inhuman leap. And smashes onto the other side, just barely managing to avoid the water. They kind of pull their legs out, still dripping wet, but paying no heed to the cold from it. They're starting to reach the edge of the reserve. You note that as past the river, you can see the wall of the official wall of the reserve, somewhat further on. You might be losing them here. So, Keen, it is your turn. Or not Keen. Never mind. Hold on. I skipped a bunch of people. Yule.
I feel like it just happened.
No, sorry. Yeah. Yule.
Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so this dude clearly not very human.
You have not seen any of it.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm just following after the dude with the gun. There's not a ton I can do. Like I'll yell up to Oliver, like, "What's going on? Did you get him?"
What are you gonna say, Mr. Keen? Keen?
What's going on? Did you get him? What's going on? Did you get them?
NPC dialogue.
Hello?
What's going
Yeah,
on?
there you
Did
go.
you
Okay,
get
my
them?
microphone wasn't working.
Say it again, Odd. Just say it again.
One more
What's-
time.
What's going on? Did you get them?
I hit him, and then he just kept on going. Something bulged
What's
within his
going
coat.
on? Did you
I'm
get
not sure what's happening.
I guess I'll pull abreast with him, just like... Do we have any hope of catching this guy, it seems?
I mean, yeah.
Not unless you can cross that river really fast.
Is he crossing it absurdly fast?
Yeah, I described. He made an inhuman leap and jumped
Okay.
across it.
I guess I'll just kind of
It
start
barely
pulling
made
up.
it. Still had to kind of like wade out. Actually, it should be on the river, but is on the exit. So there's a chance, but you can see the reserve wall is somewhat further up. You've either got him cornered, or if he somehow
Okay.
manages to clear that, you're never going to get him.
I can't... So, this does not look like a river I can get across, right? I mean, my turn's over moving up anyways.
Not
but-
this turn, no. There is a bridge, but it's much further down. You'd have to make a move action to reach the bridge, and then a move action to reach back to there. So it would take you 2 move actions just to get across the river.
I guess just shoot them again, Keen. And that's my
Firing?
turn.
The hell
Firing.
felt fall?
What?
Keep firing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm running out of bullets over here.
Yeah, you have like still like 3 in mag, right? It's 8
I
magazine.
think so. I think I've shot 6, so I should have 2.
You shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you have 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that shit's expensive. Come on, Audrey doesn't. This stuff doesn't grow on
Yeah.
the street. Hamish.
Okay, well, he's out of my sight too, right?
No, you can just barely see him smash onto that river.
So can I pull towards her breast? I mean, abreast with them as well.
What? Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So at this point, I feel like I should. Can I take an action? Because I think I'm just gonna do a Hail Mary here.
Sure. Tell me the action before you move, then.
I will reach down and pick up a rock and throw it at the pursuee.
All right, roll your throw.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you want to push that? Luck it, maybe?
I can't luck
Actually,
it, but I will
you wanna
push it.
How are you going to
Yes.
push it? Describe me at first.
I'll like okay.
You may
I'll like
fall and
throw
trip
a
on your
rock
nuts, or hit
and I'll be
someone
like, "Damn it!" And then I'll like reach down and throw it, and then I'll try to do like, I'll try to reach into my mind and remember America's ancient pastime, baseball, and channel it.
That's big. All right, roll.
I failed to channel America's.
Roll
pastime.
1d4. Actually, roll strength.
Okay. I can feel like this could be bad.
Okay, roll 1d8.
I feel like this could be really bad.
And
6?
finally, roll 1d2.
Let me. What the? How do I
Slash
roll one?
1d2.
Okay, slash roll 1d2.
Ah, Keen. A rock smashes into the back of your head for 6 damage, sending you sprawling to the ground.
Strange. Where did that rock come from?
And you fear your vision kind of like blurs. Can you roll Constitution? Constitution. Constitution.
Oh, sorry.
Constitution. Oof. And you fall unconscious as your vision like blurs and then you drop to the ground.
Oops.
That was rough.
I'll just look at Aja and be like,
I can't believe that our quarry threw a rock that hard.
yeah,
Damn.
I'll be like, well, let's just not talk about this.
It happens.
Okay, Keen, can you roll Constitution at the start of your turn?
Okay. Well, is that right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
He like gets back up. Like
in fact,
the
we'll say
one...
that we'll say that you're stabilized. Well, we're almost done. No. We're so close. You can't leave.
I'm being called to dinner.
No. Oh. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna say that Aja got knocked out.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay.
Keen, you're fine. Aja, you're
Okay.
knocked out now.
Okay.
Ow! Oh no!
Okay.
My brain.
All right, Keen, you're up.
Okay. Well, move to get across the river. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
how
it's gonna
far
be
is he away from the bridge?
He's pretty far. It's gonna take you.
Okay. Can I shoot him from the bridge?
Yeah, you can shoot him from the bridge.
Okay. Would that be within my normal range? Within 15 yards or something? Or
if you spent all 3 of your movement actions or all 2 of your movement actions, then yeah, you would be just within 15 yards. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll do that then. Literally can't miss. Never unlucky. Okay. Okay, guys. Right? Never unlucky.
Yeah. No way.
Oh.
So you fire your handgun, and the bullet goes wide as the figure wades out from the water and starts kind of like throws themselves forward with a burst of speed on 4 legs before going back to their 2, and then continues running. This person does not quit and definitely does not want to be caught red-handed here or red-knifed. Yeah, so Then with that, Hayes, it's your turn. You're still in the lab.
Right. So, well, she's dead, and I'm way too
Mhm.
far away to do anything.
Well, don't die. It's thing one. Just do that. You'll be okay.
Yeah, as long as you don't like knock over all the fungus here, you'll be okay.
Sorry?
As long as you don't like knock over all the
No,
fungus
no,
here,
no,
you'll be
no.
okay.
What did Andrew say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Just don't die.
Okay.
Easy.
I am going to check the tables around to see if she was working on anything before she died.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Spot hidden?
Mhm.
Okay. There we go. Ah, crap.
Mm.
I guess this is my luck from that other session. Kicking me in the
Yeah.
ass.
The best you managed to find is there's a print of kind of fungus dust or fungal spores that leave behind a general shape of a dossier.
Huh.
It looks like
Huh.
there was a dossier here, and it has been since moved, perhaps taken.
Okay. Well, that's something.
Hmm. Concerning.
It's something.
Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o.
Spaghetti-o. Then it is their turn. So they are going to run over and start climbing up. So the wall is very tall, but they just like start jumping up, like grabbing small handholds of the brick wall, pulling themselves up with a quick kind of burst jump, and start clearing it. And they reach the top incredibly quickly. This is like inhumanly quickly, really. This should take 2 climb actions, as you can see. And Aja, no, you're down. Hamish.
Okay. I will move a bit closer,
Okay.
and I
So
will
you're
throw
across the river
another.
and you see. Okay.
I will throw another
Another
rock.
stone.
Okay. Roll. You want to push it?
Yes.
Uh oh.
What?
So you're gonna
I'll
throw
be like,
another rock.
damn it all! And then I'll pick a much larger one, like try to heft it, and be like
Okay.
you know, like I contort my body and just put my back into it.
Yep.
Put some back
You're
into
really.
that.
Oh. And your burns and your broken body still recovering give out as you wind the rock back and send you tumbling to the ground. You hit the ground and you're now in depth of 2 movement actions. So you're gonna have to spend 2 movement actions to get back up and get this rock off of you.
I just love how, like, in other systems you can like other characters would do somersaults and like shoot fireballs, and in Call of
Yep.
Cthulhu,
Call of
you
Cthulhu, it's like
flip
you
like
cannot
a
throw a
fucking-
rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disco Alicia,
And
you
then
can kill yourself lifting weights.
Yep. Keen, you have 1 bullet left.
Okay, move, shoot.
Okay, so you move underneath the wall as close as you can and fire away.
Would
Whoa!
you look at that?
Whoa! That does extreme impaling damage.
Wow.
So the
What if tank?
so basically it deals maximum damage. So what's your maximum
Okay.
damage here?
10.
Okay, 10.
Yep.
It should deal 10 plus like probably 1d4, 1d6. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think 1d4, yeah, because it's a pistol.
I wouldn't know what
Can't
that's
find it.
based on, so.
It's just kind of general me thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
There, it is written down somewhere, but I can't remember where, and I can't find it.
Yep.
So roll 1d4.
Okay. Well, the D is 3.
That is a d3. Yes. That is
Ah!
the wrong command.
Okay.
So close.
r/troll.
That okay.
That is a D14. R/1d4.
Please?
Okay,
Okay, thank
good.
you. Whatever. It's acceptable at least.
Okay, that number plus what's that number? Oh my god. So the bullet rips through them, and you are certain that this shot would absolutely kill anyone. Like, there's no way that you would survive this. But somehow, you see like this blast of blood, and you hear a scream of pain, which is almost an inhuman gurgle, in this very like kind of sort of noise as the figure just like tumbles down, and you hear kind of a catch, and then you hear a thud. Can you roll listen?
Okay. Wait, the skills here.
And the last you hear is just some more like staggered footsteps moving away.
Can I somehow push that roll? I'm not sure how I would push it, but I guess I'll try and climb up a little. Maybe? I'll try and climb up a little bit to see if I can hear a little bit better.
All right. Ooh, okay.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, so you hear some more footsteps now, heavy and blood-soaked, kind of like with sweat squelching, continuing to run.
Again.
You're afraid that however, they do sound very much damaged. It sounds like this person, whoever it is, however they are, is somehow clinging on to life. And Hamish, can you also roll sanity, by the way? Okay. You're good because you already had to do that roll. But now that you're seeing someone just like a normal looking person just tank a gunshot, okay, so you lose no sanity. Then yeah, you're afraid that you've lost them.
Damn it.
Is there any way to scale this wall?
There is, but it is going to be very, very difficult. You can try if you really want. It's going to need like an extreme climb if you're going to do it in any fast fashion or extreme jump.
Nobody else here has a gun. The person doesn't seem like they're moving particularly fast, do they?
No, but you figure if you took your time to climb this wall, they would probably make it away. In due fashion.
Fair enough. Is there like a tracking skill somewhere?
There is.
What is that under? Oh, that is not great for me. Okay, well, I guess I'll trudge back then.
All right, so what are you going to say to Hamish?
He took another shot.
It could be done, though.
It seemed like they both seemed like killing shots. Something's up here. I don't know what type of beast survives that. Definitely not anything human.
I wasn't sure what type of beast would survive being shot by a shotgun and being burned alive, so I guess I've seen, experienced stranger things. But
have you survived that kind of thing twice, though?
Well, I don't know. You have an odd gun. Hits harder than most I've seen. But
it's a fancy little pistol.
We're going to have to answer to old Davenport. Tell him what's become of the dossier. I assume he's taken it, or it. I don't know what that thing is.
Say something dramatic so we can conclude the session. Otherwise, I will.
Okay, let me think.
It's okay if you don't want to.
This job just keeps getting worse and worse.
And I suppose with that, then you trudge back to the cabin or the study rather, to continue your work, and presumably to try to figure out the get to the bottom of this. But either way, I hope that was enjoyable. So, what did you guys enjoy about the session?
You have added
That was good.
intrigue to it.
Oh yeah.
And I like that the hybris thing isn't a one and done thing. Like when we visited it, I thought it's just like, okay, this is a really bad place. We'll leave. Most of us will probably
The worst
die.
is behind us.
But it's like the research that they derived from whatever we got from hybris has like, it kind of has like rippling effects. So now there's like people are interested parties who are after this research that we probably should be on our guard for. But yeah, things are heating up.
And
It's
Were there
cool to
any-
see this tied into like possibly a larger different conflict. Which
right,
is cool.
because I know that the Tacites and like the like loyalists, they take up a big part of the game in terms as far as their conflict goes. So this might be related, this might not be related. Either way, I'm very interested in seeing how it pans out. Yeah.
Nice. And what gameplay elements did you guys enjoy?
It's
kind of mostly related to the chase, probably.
Yeah, the chase is funny.
The chase was cool.
I just think the humorous nature of Call of Cthulhu's mechanics can turn even the most like comp characters into like bumbling stooges, like being like, oh, tripping over each other, dropping rocks on themselves, missing gunshot.
I will say that I was not that there was an amount that this figure does indeed have an amount of hit points, and I was not just like lol the gunshots.
Yeah. I figured eventually we would get to the bottom of it.
Shockingly high. I was actually not expecting that at all.
Okay. I
So
did roll shockingly
like, oh
low for about 5 shots. So
well, yeah, but then you rolled like an extreme success, which is like a shitload of damage. I was like, oh well, maybe this chase will
get
not be
like
as much
3
of a chase
shots
as I
off.
thought. But then didn't manage to. Hamish didn't manage to pull it out by dealing like 1 more damage or a few more damage with various other things. But yeah, actually 1 more damage would have taken them down.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Damn it! Whoa, we were so close.
Unlucky.
Okay. But yeah. Either way. Oh, actually. Okay. Technically, 1 more damage would have taken them down, but I just realized I actually miscalculated something. So it would have been more than 1 more damage. 1 more hit point would have taken them down, but it actually I forgot about the armor from the coat and potentially.
Okay.
Forgot about that one. But anyways, yeah. What are you guys looking forward to in the next one?
Yeah, I think we're finally getting a hang of chases.
Getting some practice.
Yeah, they're a little bit tricky. But I think they make more sense.
I wanna find out who stole the dossier and why they've got a monster on their side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's going to be a really cool thing to look at. Especially if it's especially if it's like Tacitus related.
I like it because like I've been kind of looking into this a lot because of the other campaign I'm running. I'm starting to get more into weird espionage stuff, like
this web is interconnected into a web, which is interconnected to another web.
So like you're setting that up now. So I'm like, yeah.
Watch and learn, buddy.
So
I'll show you how to stage some.
I'll show you how to run a campaign. Okay.
Also that
it was definitely
that creature we chased after is giving me like massive Spring Heel Jack vibes.
Yeah, I mean the outfit helps, right? The icon is like exactly that. The classic Jack the Ripper, all that stuff. But yeah.